Okay.
Hello. Hello, and welcome to the premiere episode of Garden of the Giants, our mouse guard game, which we will be playing for about 5 weeks here. Um, yeah, I'm super stoked for this for a couple reasons. One, mouse guard is amazing. Two, these players and this GM is amazing. And three, I'm not GMing this, which is a little new for me. It's going to be the first time we have a show on the channel that I am not GMing. So yeah, I'm pretty
Is
stoked
it?
to. Yeah, it's the first time.
Oh,
So no pressure, Ethan.
oh,
Wait, no, you're gonna do great. If you didn't know, three of us, so myself, Lauren, and Ethan played mouse guard over on Off the Table. There's some other awesome folks, and Ethan ran that, and that was awesome. And yeah, so here we are. I'm super stoked. But let's do some basic intros. Say who we are, what we do, what our pronouns are. So I will start us off. I am Dylan, aka Dylan Grinder, aka Anarasis. I do this. This channel is what I do. And my pronouns are he and him. Lauren, could you please
Hi,
introduce
I'm
yourself?
I'm Lauren. I am a person who does stuff all over the internet. Um, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm so excited to play Mouse Guard again.
Are you? I've never really gotten the impression that you were that interested in Mouse Guard as a game.
It's not
All
like
right.
you associate me with the game or anything now.
Not at all. No. Those are completely different buckets in my brain. Nox.
Hi, I'm Nox. This will be my second time playing Mouse Guard, and the first time
Same.
actually playing like in something that wasn't a crazy last-minute one-shot. My preferred pronouns are she/her.
Fantastic. And Ethan.
I am Ethan. He, him. I like Mouse Guard. It's a great system. There's lots of very it's a very, very good weaving of narrative and mechanical focus. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about it. I do things on the internet. I talk about most of it on Twitter, so we can talk about it there. But tonight we are playing Mouse Guard.
Yes. Yes. So if you are not familiar with Mouse Guard for any reason, I'm so sorry, but also I'm so happy that you get to be introduced to it now. It's a game with a lot of breadth, as Ethan touched on, and it's sort of like a light version, I feel, of Burning Wheel.
Very.
It's designed by Luke Crane, who is the designer that made Burning Wheel.
And David Peterson, who wrote Mouse Guard, the comic book,
Right.
is co-designed.
And it uses a lot of similar mechanics to Burning Wheel, but you don't need a PhD to play it, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think I've said enough. I'm gonna pass things over to our game master to get us kicked off. Take it away.
So, this adventure, we'll actually start with just three friends who live in the town of Wolf's Point, on the edge of the territories. So the mice live it's kind of like a nation of city-states, and you are in the town of Wolf's Point at the edge of the town, or at the edge of the mouse territories. It's sort of a woodsy town. Think like possibly like Oregon or maybe even like upstate New York, but lots of trees, lots of shrubbery. But as soon as you get too far east, it becomes wild plains, which is very bad for mice because there's nowhere to hide.
Oh no.
So you're sort of on the edge of hiding territory. And our story focuses on you're all teenagers, right? It's
I think so. Yeah.
in the ages of
16.
16 and 13, I think. 14?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somewhere in
14.
there.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. I'm I read everyone's character sheets before we started.
For sure.
So, I would like to start the scene with how each of you are leaving home to go into this little project that you're all working on. Starting with Lauren and Tulip.
Yeah. Tulip has a a a big like net. Like a big old timey bug catching net.
Yes.
And what do mice keep fireflies in?
You have a jar.
A jar? Okay.
Just a
Like
huge
a
ass
comically
jar.
large jar with a big old
Yeah.
hole in it.
Yeah, so I don't even think she has like I don't think I brought anything. I'm just checking my gear. No, I have a net and a jar. So what I've done is I've like tied ropes around the jar in such a way that it's a backpack. And I kind of like stuck the net like in off the side, so it's I have just like yeah, I have that, and then I'm about to run out the door, and I think like my mom comes and is like, bring a sweater or something, and so I like grab my flannel shirt like off a chair, but I already have the jar backpack on, so I just kind of like tie it around my waist and like run out the door to go meet my friends.
All right. Where is the meeting spot? Where are you headed to?
I think it's probably like right on the edge of town.
Okay. Is it
Like,
like, a
right by-
particular...
I imagine there's like a town sign that's like Wolf Points.
piece of bark with carved in?
Yeah, and that's where we're meeting.
Okay. Let's move on over to Nox and Late Bloom.
Yeah, so Late is what she goes by. Blooms is the family name in this Mouse Guardian world of no family names.
Please, my
It's
mother
inner
is Mrs.
backstory.
Bloom.
It's a mystery. It's not a mystery. So I think that maybe she's coming from her the archivist that she studies with, Autumn.
Mhm.
And she's rushing off to meet with the rest of the gang, and isn't super excited about it because as she runs out, like she's like trying to smuggle out some of the books, and then I imagine like Autumn steps out and is like, no, now's not the time for that. Go out and you know, be young mouse, hang out with people, see what the sun's like. And she's got like these big round spectacles and this black and blue plaid dress, and she's definitely on the chubbier side and short, little short round mouse. But I think I still managed to make it out, maybe with like a tiny little book about the mouse guard, and maybe there's like an illustration in my pocket of like one of the mouse guards, and I have no idea if it's like legit or not, but it's kind of like one, like something you'd see in like a high school like girls like locker. There's like a heart around it and like so cool.
I like the idea that it's an illuminated picture of a mouse guard person that you've drawn hearts around.
Yeah. There were like pictures of like little swords. Yeah, and I think that from there I wander off to our meeting spot.
Okay. How about Clara? Clara?
Clara.
Okay.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Okay.
It's one or both of those.
Okay.
I think she's at home, probably. And we see her packing a backpack with like some paper and some ink and a quill, and then she looks around her room, sort of panicked for a moment, and then runs over to her bookshelf, and there's like wedged between her bed and the bookshelf, there's a small picture book that she grabs, and she flips through it, and it's a picture book about a mouse guard from a long time ago, and she looks at it happily and then closes it and slides it into the backpack, puts it on, steps outside of her room. Mom, Dad, I'm heading out. And she just like looks around, sees that the coast is clear, and heads on out toward the meeting place.
I like that you said that knowing they weren't there. Right? Like,
You gotta
uncover
say
their
it.
faces. All right, so you guys you'll get to the town sign of Wolf's Point. It's like I said, it's sort of like a piece of bark, and it's carved in there. They have to refresh it every couple of years because the snows kind of wash it out. But it's there's a big, like, during the spring festivals, like, who's gonna carve the new sign? Because it is kind of like a mountain man town. Like, there's a lot of rugged mice who, some of them have left the mouse guard in pursuit of simpler ways, and that sort of thing. They also have a lot of insects. Like, as you get to the edge of town, you could probably see the fields that they till with the rhino beetles, and that sort of thing. You guys are all at the sign. So what are you guys doing here? Why have you guys met?
That's a real good question. Tulip?
Yeah.
This
we're
is your
gonna-
fault,
we're gonna-
right?
Yeah, we're gonna catch some fireflies for the festival.
Ugh.
Don't be too upset, late. It'll be fun. It's good to get out from the books every once in a while.
I guess.
It's gonna be.
I'll
it's gonna be
hike
great.
hike my backpack. So, Tulip, you know where they are. Where are we heading?
That way. I'm assuming I know where they are.
Yeah,
Or-
you received information from one of the scouts, one of the rangers, that they found some
Mhm.
strange looking fireflies and sort of further into the woods.
Hmm.
Love that musical.
It's a little further than you would normally go, but this is an important thing. You got some fireflies to catch for the upcoming festival. It's currently midsummer. The solstice is about to happen. It's a very big celebration.
Yeah.
So
So I point to the direction that the scouts said and said, just look for the strange lights.
yeah, that is one of the strange things that you've heard about them, is that they are active during the day, which normally you wouldn't be able to see a firefly in midday, right? You guys,
Mhm.
this is like the afternoon that you guys are heading out, and you expect to find them and then be back before the sun sets.
So yeah,
Sounds like
And-
we have.
I'm really excited to go.
All right, so you're leading the way.
I guess. What kind of
boy.
test would you like me to make?
Well, since you've never been there before, and you're kind of trying to figure out, like, you're trying to look around and find landmarks that you heard the ranger talking about, I'd like a scout.
Are you sure it's a scout and not a pathfinder?
I will take a pathfinder if you think that there's sort of like a natural route that the rangers normally take.
I think so.
Like,
I think they'd have like a patrol route.
yeah, they probably
probably.
have markers.
Yeah.
3 stones stacked on top of each other, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I will do that then.
So how
So-
does helping work again? I have to pick a skill that isn't the one that she's using
Correct.
that I'm helping with, and then do I roll it as well?
No, you. So if you're helping, you basically give a dice to the person who's rolling.
Gotcha.
However, if you help, you are tied into the failure consequence.
Right.
So should failure happen, Mouse Guard, two things happen. One is you gain a condition. You get tired or hungry and thirsty or that sort of thing. Two, a twist happens. Everyone
Right.
loves twists. I love twists.
I love
Twists are great.
twists.
All right, so go ahead and give me a Pathfinder test. You've talked to this ranger quite extensively. You know, you're trying to get the deets.
Mhm.
Can I
So-
help with survivalist?
So survivalist is more like wilderness survival. It's more like making sure you have shelter and that sort of thing.
Can I help with cartographer?
Yes, maybe
Okay.
maybe you've seen their route on a map before. You don't have that map with you, but you've probably seen it before. You know generally the sort of direction. You know, oh, there's a bend about halfway down the path,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, that is one help.
Awesome.
Excellent. What's my obstacle?
Your obstacle is 2.
Okay.
It's very simple.
I like those chances.
You got this, I believe.
I did.
Hey! Hot damn.
All right. So in Mouse Guard, when you roll dice, 3 to 6 are successes. Everything else is a coward. That's actually how it's written in the book.
Of course.
And if you roll 6s, you can spend a fate point to roll an additional dice for every 6, basically exploding them. So if you aren't quite at the obstacle that you need, you can spend more or you can spend a fate to potentially roll another success. Just explaining things for people who haven't played
Yeah.
before. So yeah, no, you travel down the path and there they are. You see, like maybe like 3 or 5 fireflies. They're smaller than you would expect because normally to a mouse, a firefly is actually probably about the size of maybe a football. These are smaller. These are about this big, maybe golf balls,
Hmm.
and they kind of fly in clusters. But they still like twinkle, which is sort of strange. They're hovering around sort of like a small pond, maybe a small like creek running through it.
Tulip's eyes go wide and she's like, wow.
They supposed to look like that. Are they babies?
I don't know. I've never seen them before. I think this might be a whole new species.
Well, are you gonna catch them or?
Yeah. And she'll like start to.
Do I have to touch any of them?
Not if you don't want to.
Okay.
And she'll start to like try and like wrestle off the like jar, and like get her net out. And start going like very slowly.
Be very quiet. We're hunting fireflies.
Creeping with her net out.
You're creeping, and then your toes sink into a bit of mud,
Ugh.
and kind of like when you take your foot out of it, it makes like that suction noise,
Ugh, that's so gross.
and the fireflies all twinkle and then start like away, kind of at like not super fast, like you could potentially catch up to them.
Okay. She'll like run off
Okay.
towards them.
Be
Be
careful.
like,
watch
no,
your
come back!
watch your footing. And Clara will go running after. Come on, late.
I just sort of like, ugh, and lightly jog. Running's not my
I should
forte.
have stayed in bed.
Late's super not excited to be here.
Late is the Arnold of our group.
Mm. So you guys start like running through the forest, sort of like weaving between long stalks of grass, jumping over stones. You're staying near the creek you've noticed. So the creek's still there, and you're now avoiding the mud because running plus mud equals not great.
That is accurate.
So you're running along. Since you are leading this sort of chase sequence, I want you to make me a. This time I do want a scout.
Okay.
And this time it's going to be an obstacle 4.
Oh God. Okay.
Alright. Can I help with cartographer?
Not in this particular.
Expect me to ask that question a lot.
Okay, I think you actually can because I haven't explained exactly what you're doing yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in this case, you might be able to.
All right.
And
awesome.
I'll explain why narratively in a second.
Cool. Cool. I'm helping.
Anything from late?
I don't think so.
Okay. What does that
Okay.
put you at?
That puts me at 3.
I mean, if you get a 6, then
Then I can maybe spend a fate point. But like,
yeah.
what if?
What if we just
I
fail?
What if I just earned a check right now?
So checks. For those of the audience who have not played Mouse Guard before, checks are a thing that you can earn during the GM's phase. The GM's phase is now. We're in the GM's phase. I'm controlling the story. I'm telling you where you're going, what you're doing, what dice you roll. You earn checks during the GM phase by reducing your ability to succeed. Either by impeding yourself or giving an imposing force advantage, or voluntarily losing a check when it's tied, or a test when it's tied. Checks are useful because once you get into the player's phase, which takes place after the GM's phase, you can spend those to do your thing. You spend checks to tell story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna so I'm rolling 2 dice, but I might explode them, so I'm gonna roll them anyway.
All right.
Nope.
Ooh,
Nope.
complete opposite.
I'm sorry, Dylan.
It's fine.
I wanted that check.
It's cool.
So you're helping, which means that you're involved in this failure.
Yep.
Clara. So
Yeah.
what happens is, Tulip, you're running, and you do that thing where you're just in reach, and you go to swipe, and at that same moment, Clara remembers, wait, there's a waterfall here.
Oh no. Yes.
Yeah.
And Clara, you shout out and you reach out for Tulip's tail to try to grab it in time, and you do grab it, but Tulip is already like full swung, sweeping over the side of this cliff.
Of course she is.
You catch the fireflies in your net, but then you realize there's no ground below you, and you just keep going down. And Clara, you try to pull on her tail hard enough, but it just doesn't. You just can't. But you're trying hard enough that she takes you with her.
Yeah, I'm not a strong mouse, so
And you guys go thankfully it's not a large waterfall, but you do go tumbling and you splash into the small pond at the base. What are you doing, Late?
Is this when we see Late like come around a tree huffing and puffing? Where did you guys go?
Yeah, just like you're like, you get to the cliff, you're puffing, and you see a cliff, and you look either side, you don't see anybody. You look down below, you don't see anybody.
I start getting a little nervous, and I'm like looking around.
That's when you see two heads pop out of the water.
Guys, are you okay?
The fireflies.
I think
She,
so.
holds her net up.
Come on in.
Okay.
The water's fine.
I'm gonna find another way down.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure?
In the books. And then I'm gonna try and find another way down that's not jumping off of a waterfall.
You not exhaustively, but you, what's it when it's like painstakingly slowly find a small crack to climb down.
Gingerly.
And you're very deliberately taking every move, just like.
Okay, what's next?
Are the fireflies caught in my net okay?
You notice that you have a couple, but a lot of them escaped.
Okay, but like, did the ones in my net drown, or like was I?
No. The net sort of floated on top of the water.
Oh,
when you-
okay. She like picks them up. She's like, yes, and she'll like hand the net to Late and be like, hold this for a second. Clara, can you get the lid off of my back?
Right. Yes. Then I'll go and like start unscrewing it. And as I do that, I'm like looking around. Do I recognize this place? Is this a place that I'm familiar with, or is this unfamiliar to me?
You are now further outside of town than you guys have ever adventured.
Okay, I'm unscrewing the jar, and then I just slow down and then take it off and drop the lid, and I just start looking around at like the trees and stuff. And I want to check and see if I can tell what sort of predators would live out here, because I wanna cover our little mousy tails and make sure that we're okay.
Speaking of which, you're looking around. You hear a slight, like the rattling of chains. It's very strange. Like it has almost like a bell quality to it, like a. And it's from on top of the cliff.
I look up.
I'm going to share something.
Oh,
God, she's
no.
weird.
Ah!
This is not okay.
Oh God.
Is
Oh!
a dark, shadowy looking wolf. Its eyes glow in the sunlight, and it's leaning down low on, like, because the cliff isn't very high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't a very high cliff. You guys didn't fall very far, but it was unfortunate, right? It wasn't like you guys got hurt or anything.
Yeah.
But looming over you is this wolf, and its head is like lowering very close to all of you, and it sniffs.
I feel like that illustration is pretty accurate to what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's- Trying to run, and I'm just I'm gonna grab Late our little chillin' and just book it. I'm out of here. Let's go.
All right. I don't know if you can see the faces on those mice.
They're real good. They're real good. I zoomed in. If you click the magnifying glass in the top right, you can zoom in on it.
But the that Nox just did is basically the face that is on Late. It's great.
All right. Do we need to roll anything to run the heck away, or can we just run?
You're entering into a conflict.
Oh, great!
Oh no.
I
we're
love
starting
it. I love it. I hate it.
We're starting a chase.
Oh god.
So- How conflicts work is first we set up a goal. Actually, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do bigs again.
Yeah, we
just
did.
Oh, yeah.
Got right into it.
We're so bad at that.
Do we want to stop the flow or
Yeah,
put
let's
a little
do bigs
tension
real
there?
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so bigs are your beliefs, instincts, and goals. In Mouse Guard, that's how you receive fate and persona points at the end of session, is by sticking to those things that you wrote at the beginning of the session. We may do these before session 2, just so we don't forget again. So, does anyone have any beliefs, instincts, or goals written down?
No, I don't think we did.
Or in mind?
My goal is to study the fireflies.
Okay.
I think my goal is to keep my friends safe.
Okay.
Do these change every session? Is this like a...
Yeah.
Beliefs and instincts usually don't. Goals do.
Okay.
Beliefs and instincts can change between sessions, because beliefs are something you believe, like something that you try to do on a daily basis. Instincts are if-then statements, always statements, or never statements. Like, I always eat when I'm hungry, or if my friends are in trouble, I always rush in to help. Right?
And Clara's the oldest, right? At 16?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happens.
So-
I get too excited about the story and just want to jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
No, totally. I would not have any ideas for any of these if we hadn't gotten a little bit of play in already. So,
Okay.
yeah. I need to I think so my belief is going to be, as the eldest, I need to put on an air of responsibility.
Ooh. Okay.
And then my instinct is going to be I always explore new places.
Okay. Sounds good. Perfect. Actually.
Give myself
I
some
can-
tension there between my
Yeah.
my bigs.
So a belief that I... Here's what I have typed in for belief. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Knowledge is power and bugs are dumb.
All
Is
right.
that-
I love it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Some drop-
I wasn't sure. I was like,
Yeah, so like the idea is that at the end of the session, if you played to your bigs, you get cookies, right?
I mean, you get if you believe that fate and persona are cookies. Yes. You just munch those when you need some extra power.
Absolutely.
Power crunches.
Mm.
Gosh, that'd be fun if you're playing at a physical table and that's how you like handed out actual cookies for fate and persona points.
That'd be an exercise in willpower right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend a fate. I want a cookie. Oh.
Just like, oh no, are you spending a fate? Yes. I guess so.
So an instinct, I guess, is I always seek out the mysterious.
Okay. We actually have some like looking for mystery and exploration.
We have some mice that are gonna get themselves in trouble, is what we have.
Yeah.
That's what we want, though.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Oh, I see. You're using the royal way.
Yeah.
All right, I've got all three of my bigs set up.
Okay.
Wait, do we have more than one?
No, just
You have a
one of
belief-
one of each.
Belief, goal, and instinct.
Oh, okay. You said all three of my bigs, and I was like, is there three for each one? Crap.
No.
That would be so much.
One for each.
Welcome to Burning Wheel.
Yep.
Yeah, so my belief is, or Tulip's belief is the best way to learn is by doing. Her goal is to study the fireflies, and her instinct is to never leave a friend behind.
Perfect.
In parentheses, bugs are also friends.
No.
More true than you understand.
So for goal, I guess for today's game, session, I will support my friends in following their joys.
Oh,
All right.
that is the literal cutest. Okay.
All right. So you have 2 fireflies in your jar. The other fireflies are still twinkling at just the edge of your guys' reach. And they've gotten kind of excited and almost want you to follow them.
Are they twinkling away from the wolf?
Yes.
Let's
Like
fucking
they're
go.
trying to lead you down a path. So at the start of any conflict, both sides have a goal. I'm going to tell you the Shadow Beast goal is to chase you further into the woods.
At least not to eat us.
I guess what do we want our goal to be? Because we want to aim high, right? Because if we get a
Always.
compromise, then we can still get something.
Yes.
So we don't want to just go for the bare minimum. We want to reach for the stars. I think y'all feel free to shoot this down. But my proposal is that we want to get away from the wolf quickly and without getting tired.
What about we get away from the wolf and I don't know. So since this is my first time playing like Mouse Guard legit, this is why I'm so like I don't know if this is gonna work. What about we want to get away, but also find like a place to hide or some kind of shelter?
Maybe that could work. We could be like, we want to get away and find a place to hide.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause
we want to
then-
we want to ask for multiple things, right?
Because if our goal is to like aim for the stars or something, then I'm thinking
Mhm.
like, oh, if that doesn't work out, then at least we get away, we don't get eaten. Or if it does work out, then we have a cool like shelter now.
Okay, I kind of like that. Lauren, what do you
I
think?
don't know how this game works.
You're doing great, Nox.
I think, yeah, be like, to also like not lose the fireflies. I want to be part of it to like get away to somewhere safe, but also not lose the fireflies.
Good point. I already forgot about the fireflies.
Yeah, because fireflies are dumb, right? Bugs are dumb. Okay. So it sounds like what we want is to get away safely, without getting tired, without losing the fireflies, and find somewhere safe to hide.
I'm trying to like mull it in my head. It's that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those things sound like part of the chase because obviously you're being
Mhm.
chased, so
Right.
wanting to get away is usually a good goal.
Well, that's our lost a lot goal.
Yeah, that's our. If we lose and we still get something, we got away, right?
If I may suggest, because we're kind of getting back in, some of us haven't played in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't included anything about getting lost or
Oh yeah.
Oh, do we care
not being able
about
to find
that?
your way home.
Do we care about that?
Do you as players care about it?
I don't.
Probably. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
That
yes.
was just
as a
suggestion.
player, I care about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
remember, like, so Tulip doesn't care. Tulip only cares about the bugs. But like, remember that this is like the meta part of the game
Right.
in
Right.
which it would be good if we didn't get terribly lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's add that to our shopping list then. Not getting lost.
I'm gonna let you guys know right now. This is a very, very unfair conflict.
Oh, 100%. Of course.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Just so you know. This. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of-
think we've got our shopping list here. We want to get away safely, without getting tired, without losing the bugs, without getting lost ourselves, and we want to find somewhere safe.
Okay. Cool. So how we start conflicts is we have to roll disposition.
Right.
In this particular case, I believe you are going to I'm going to assume Clara is the lead because you were the sort of like the one pushing other people to get going.
Sure. Unless it
You're the
involves
first one to react.
If it involves rolling Pathfinder or Scout, I would prefer anyone else be leading.
It
'Cause I have a
actually
0 in
does
either
require
place.
Scout.
Awesome.
So what you're
Great.
going to do is you're going to roll Scout, assuming the other two people wish to help you, which I assume they also don't want to get chased into the woods by a shadow beast.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I'm helping.
Mhm.
I have a 0 in Scout. So what's that? Does that mean I roll 1 die plus 1 for
Yeah.
each help? Okay.
Right. Wait, so
So-
you don't have Scout?
No, I do not. I don't have Scout or Pathfinder.
Okay, so you can beginner's luck it,
Okay.
which in this case means you would roll, you would take your health, add everything, all your help die, and then you divide it in half.
Okay.
Isn't it just half your health, not like plus your help die?
I believe it's half of everything.
I don't
Which
Yeah,
is
beginners.
remember. I don't think we've ever done beginner's luck.
We don't
As-
usually play along enough to want to learn skills.
Clara
Like,
does
but,
not
like,
have
as a
leader as a trait. No, Clara has a bunch of other shit that is only vaguely useful here.
Yeah, you add everything together, then half it, round up.
Okay. Then
Yeah, I mean,
Then-
I
I mean,
have
that's fine.
Pathfinder,
That's-
so I
that
could
would put
be
me
the
that
conflict captain.
No, I'm saying you don't have a choice in who's conflict captain.
Oh,
yeah,
Clara
So
instigated the retreat.
I have a health of 4, so
Mhm.
plus 2 helping die, that would put me at 3. So that's okay.
Yeah, and then
It's not
you're going
great.
to add that to your health score once you roll it. So go ahead and roll your 3.
Can we wait? So can we help with someone that doesn't have the skill?
With-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Is it just assumed that the both of us are helping, or do I need to be more explicit about it? Or
If you're joining the conflict, you're helping.
okay, wow.
All right. So
I'm not kidding. I'm not messing around.
So I'm rolling 3d6 because I have a nothing in Scout and I have 2 help,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3d6.
Yeah.
Nothing
You can
but
use
sixes,
the dice
please.
macro. If,
I don't
if you
remember
see it.
where that is on the sheet, so I'm just gonna type it out.
Oh, it's just
Hey!
it's actually in roll 20, but all right.
All right, I'm gonna spend my fate point, I think, to explode
roll
that
that?
6.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Come on! Damn it! Okay. All right.
I
And
mean,
then I
so
add
how-
that. I add that to my health. You said
Yes.
that would be a total of 8.
All right.
And
We're
then
actually in pretty good condition here.
okay,
We're gonna go and put 8 in this bubble.
stellar.
Guess I could make that.
Oy vey.
right?
I should have earned a check.
I say
on
that like I was actually,
like you were expecting anything else.
yeah, like.
Oh, cool. That's fun. Oh, I
um,
like that. Look at you. All
Yeah, look at
fancy.
me doing Roll20 stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So how this works is every round of the conflict, you're going to choose 3 actions. One of the mice is going to do that action in that order, and then the Shadow Beast will do the same thing. And then once we've all picked, we flip and reveal for the same time.
Okay. So each of us picks an action, right? Which is, and we're for this conflict, we're choosing between Pathfinder and Scout.
Yes.
We are in a chase, so yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I'm sorry guys, I'm completely useless.
No, it's okay.
Oh, I should mark a pass on my Scout,
Oh,
right?
that was not what I wanted to do. Change
gonna-
that real quick.
I'm gonna pull out the tokens though for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mark
Yeah.
I mark a pass on my Scout that I just rolled, right?
It's not.
Or do I not?
Ready?
Because it's a
You
disposition
don't.
check. Okay.
It's a disposition roll. Yeah.
Okie doke.
No, it's not letting me pull out the cards, so we must not have access to it.
Oh gosh, I apologize. You should.
Oh no, I do. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah.
Lied. I'm just gonna grab a bunch.
So what is Lauren doing right now?
She's just pulling out the cards.
I'm just
Just so
pulling
you
out the
have access
cards
to 'em.
so we have them for Lee tours.
So are our choices aren't made in secret, are they?
No.
No.
In fact,
Okay.
they should be made as a group.
Okay.
Typically.
It's just the GMs that are made in secret.
Right, because I flip them when time comes.
Okay.
How do you like the cards? I made them
I like 'em.
specially for this game.
No,
They're
I'm
very
stoked
cool.
on
Yeah, everything looks great.
them.
A
Easy.
lot.
Oh god. Oh
And you guys can order yourself however you want.
We're
in this.
so screwed.
Does the conflict captain not have to go first?
Usually. It's a little different because there's only 3 of you, right? So.
Yeah, I do not have Pathfinder or Scout, so
Me neither. I'm
Let me-
gonna
let me yell at that wolf with order.
I'm gonna defend.
Turn around and start shouting at it.
Have you
What
heard
is
of the
each?
guard mice?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a weenie and I'm gonna defend.
Okay.
Just be like, ah, don't hurt me.
So I was thinking about this the other day, and it may be a little strange for new players to kind of totally understand what each of these mean in a situation that is not a fight, right? Because we're talking
Mhm.
about attacks, defense, feints. What it is an attack is attacking your opponent's goal.
Right.
Defending is defending your goal. Feint is trying to feint at their goal, and maneuver is trying to get the upper hand. Regardless,
Gotcha.
right? But if you think about it in terms of you're fighting their goal, it might make a little more sense.
Yeah, I think Clara's definitely defending then.
Okay.
Because she's like trying to pull people out of the way and like look for a path that they can find that they can run along and like somewhere where they can hide, trying to do all of her wilderness survival stuff.
Okay.
More than like charging.
I should mention, because I'm going to double check this, but I'm pretty sure you can actually use nature in this particular conflict.
That would be great.
Because you are running away.
Yes, this is in mouse nature. So,
Yes.
That would be amazing because I have a 5 in that.
Yes. So you do have a slight benefit there.
Thank God.
Mice are good at running away.
And we don't have to spend. Do we still have to spend to use our nature, or can we just?
No, if you're just, it's only when you tax nature, when you go to
Yeah.
spend a persona point to add additional dice, you spend things.
Gotcha.
Okay.
When you are just being a mouse, you can be a mouse. You can be a mouse whenever. I forget where mouse nature is like. Looking at rules is always fun. You guys
Yes.
have all your actions?
No.
I've got
through
I've
while
got
I
mine
do
decided.
this? 3 or 5.
I'm gonna faint. I know.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I know my rule is never faint. I'm gonna faint
Rules are made to be broken.
Oh, this is the wrong mouse
at the
nature.
end. Or do you want to go last, Nox, or should?
I'll
Should I?
probably go last. I
Okay.
think.
Cat.
So we'll faint. Try something new. I will probably regret it immediately
What
and
could
never faint again in my life.
possibly go wrong?
Yes. For mice, there are 4 aspects to their nature: escaping, climbing, hiding, and foraging.
Cool. Yeah, we're doing that. We're
Yeah.
doing most of those.
You're going to do a lot of those things. I wish it said scamper. I was reading through the book the other day, and I found a couple animal natures that, like, the skunks is doing things that, not doing things you want it to.
Right.
Just being stubborn.
Uh,
Always.
question.
Mhm.
What does maneuver mean?
It's like tricks. So maneuver doesn't directly attack their goal. It usually gives you an upper hand. You can, if you roll high enough, you can get an advantage dice. You can make them at disadvantage, or you can disarm them depending on how high you roll.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll try maneuver because I definitely don't know that she would attack.
So let's see. Go ahead and switch you guys out. All right.
Okie doke.
We are now going to reveal. So, where we are at the moment, you guys have started booking it. This wolf is still like looming down at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's Shadow Beast. And it takes one step down onto the cliff.
Oof. I think if you'll allow me to interject, I think this is a good point for us to take our first break. And we can come back in a couple minutes and see if we can actually get away from this guy, or if we're if we're getting chased into the woods. So we're gonna step away for about 10 minutes, refill on water, stretch your legs. Remember that you are a human being with a corporeal body, and then we will come back and see how this goes. So see you soon. Did I unmute all the things? It looks like I did. Hello and welcome back to the second hour of our first episode here of Garden of the Giants. We are doing our best to run the heck away from this big scary shadow wolf. Ethan, do you want to tell us how that's going?
All right, so we return from the commercial break, and you see the foot kind of press into the mud just below the cliff, and the camera zooms away from that in the path that the mice are running, so we pass them up as they're running away screaming. Because wolves are scary. You guys know about wolves. It's called Wolf's Point for a reason. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into this conflict. As makes sense, the wolf, the shadow beast, their first action is an attack. So as soon as it lets you run away for a bit, it dashes at you.
Heck. Okay. So this is a contested thing, right? We both roll and
Yes.
Okay.
So it is versus, so that means the winner will have that many number of successes, or a number of successes subtracted equal to the loser's roll.
right. So and I can roll nature for this?
Yes, you can, because you are running away,
Okay. And
presumably.
my final question here is so for my ways to earn checks,
Hmm.
can I do multiple or just one?
No, just one.
Just
Oh.
one. Okay.
Yeah, stick with one for now.
Okie dokie. Then I'm gonna earn myself 2 checks instead of 1 check and give
Ooh.
my opponent +2 dice.
Okay.
So
Really?
have extra dice. Do I have help?
Are you guys helping the running of aways?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling 7 dice.
Yes.
Rolling 12.
You're welcome for the bonus dice. I don't have any fate to explode 6s either, so that's great. Boom!
Oh wow.
Oh!
That's how I roll in Mouse Guard. Is I rolled bad?
It's cool. I rolled slightly worse.
Yes. So you're going to subtract 1 from your disposition, which should
Lovely.
be on your
Yeah.
token.
Yes,
character.
on the token. Okay.
Yeah.
You just...
Did I make that a bar? I thought I made it a bar.
It is. It's because there's another token above it. If you right click my token and say bring to front, it should pop it.
Yeah. There we go.
There we
So I
go.
normally use the red bar, but so it dashes after you guys, and you know you're not going to be able to outrun it. So
Mhm.
you direct everyone into like a small nook under a tree, and you kind of scamper through that, and it kind of for a second has its you can see its muzzle go into the hole, and it's like scratching at it. And you can feel every scratch reverberate through the tree. You can feel its hot breath as it breathes out. And you guys escape on the other side of the tree.
Okay.
Action 2. Faint.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So feints are also verses.
Great.
So there's that.
Love it.
What is even the result of 2? I don't think this has ever happened in all of my playing Mouse Guard ever.
It's you both try to feint, so you end up just attacking each other. It's, who can feint better?
Okay.
I have-
So I can also roll nature for this?
Yes, because you're trying to be tricky in how you run away.
Yeah.
Now, I mark a failure for nature, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're wondering why Dylan keeps on asking about if he marked failure or success on things, it's because that's how you gain advancement. You need a number of successes and failures for each skill, and then it will progress.
Yep.
So I think what Tulip tries to do is make it look like she's running one way, and then like at the last second, like roll into a ditch or something and go the other way.
Okay.
So I'm rolling. Anybody helping?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You tell everyone the plan as you're going along.
I just like kind of motion,
Okay.
or no, as we're running, and then like I'll stop for a second, turn around to the others, and go, "Trust me,"
Okay.
and just like roll.
Whatever you say.
And I will also give you +2 dice because, as I said in chat, it's my favorite thing to do.
All right. Perfect.
Have all of the dice.
Wow, I am bad at this game.
It's okay. So am I.
Oh.
Oh.
So what happens is you do a feint maneuver. It also was trying to do the same feint maneuver. Like it was going to come at you at the same direction, so you end up just still being chased. Like you both make a sharp right turn.
Okay, guys, but I have 1-6.
Oh, do you want to explode it? Do you want to beat it?
Do I want to explode it right now at the beginning?
Of the
No.
session.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't.
Okay. I did, yeah.
I know. And I guess I lose that tie automatically, or
No,
okay.
you have to. You can choose.
If I choose to lose the tie, then I get 2 more checks.
Then you
That's
have
a lot
all of the
checks.
checks.
I have so many checks.
It's cool. You can share
How does
checks.
that work? Because there's. I don't think that actually works in the case of a conflict.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, actually.
Because it just means that you would have lost. Oh, it's only for tests.
Tests. Well, I mean, this is a
Okay.
test. It's just.
Yeah, but you don't automatically lose, right?
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Yeah. All right, last one for the round.
Come on, you got this.
Attack.
He
How are
feint,
you
but
trying
he
to be
also
tricky?
attack.
Okay, so remind me what maneuver is again?
It's either trying to find ways to give you advantage, hinder the opponent, or disarm, but you have to get a certain number of successes. So actually, let's go and roll it, and then we'll talk about the narrative.
Okay. But I have to decide what I want to roll. Right?
Right.
So I don't have Scout or Pathfinder, so I guess I'll go the nature route too.
Mm-hmm.
And my nature is here. Okay, so does that mean I just roll 6d6s?
Is your nature 6?
Uh-huh.
Holy.
Yes.
Is that wrong? Did I do that
Or-
wrong somehow?
That's assuming
No.
you don't want help.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so like baseline nature 6 means I'd roll 66s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we're both helping, that goes up to 8, which Clara is of course helping.
Yeah. I'll help all the time.
All right.
Okay.
So you're trying to help in this maneuver. You're trying to trick it, and
Do you wanna-
we'll decide what that looks like after we do the narrative, because maneuver's a little weird.
Do you want to try and earn some checks off of this?
No. I don't.
Okay.
So there's a couple ways you can earn the check by giving them the +2 dice, but you can also earn the check by using a trait against yourself
To subtract
and
one.
subtract 1 dice from yourself, which is less risky.
Yeah, you earn 2 checks off of giving them two dice and 1 check off of impeding yourself for 1.
That is actually a good point. You do actually have to activate a check to give them +2 dice as
So I'm
So-
going to not do that for the sake
Okay.
of simplicity.
Okay.
All right.
So I can wrap my mind around how to play
Okay.
first.
So you have 8 dice.
Okay. So the help just gives me more dice.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And I don't know if you saw the dice macro at the bottom left of Roll20, but
Yeah, I'm using the dice macro.
Cool.
Oh wait, what? Did you make little buttons?
I made and button.
Yeah, you have to turn on you have to check in bar in the macros tab on Roll20 for it to show up for you. So if you go to the tab in the top right, that's called collection. It's like 3 dots and 3 lines. At the top of that, there's a macro called dice. You can click in bar, and if it's unchecked, show macro quick bar. If you do that, a little button will pop up in the bottom left of your screen.
Oh, I think okay, maybe I already have the macro up. Okay, anyways.
It's just tiny
Um,
little.
Okay. So 8d6 and I don't add anything to it.
Correct.
It's just 8d6 straight. Okay. And that's it, and I roll.
Mhm.
Holy guacamole. Is that right?
Uh, well,
Oh
So
no, because wait.
you
What
only
did I
get
do wrong?
successes for 4, 5, and 6. So you got 2
Yeah.
successes.
1,
Why
2.
why doesn't it say the successes? Is that because I didn't?
Because you don't have the greater than 4 in there.
Oh.
Yeah, which is what the macro does automatically.
Yeah, it looks like it's not macro's not showing up for me for some reason.
Are you? Oh, okay.
Do you have the
Yeah,
macro
that's
quick
right.
bar checked on?
Okay.
And
Yep,
it's
so,
in
it's
bar.
it's the shadow of a box, but I'll futz with that some other time.
okay. So, you tried to do something tricky. What were you trying to do tricky?
I think that I think back to like a story that I read of some great some military move that the Mouse Guard did at like really clutch moment and like this tense battle, and so I try to pull from that and I try to I look at the rest of the group and I'm like, go ahead, I'll take care of myself. And I just like try to play dead. And then when I think that the wolf is like maybe slowing down, then I'm gonna like take off again.
So that happens. It slows down and gets like right up next to you, and you can feel its breath, and you can hear the jingle. You're not entirely sure what that sort of jingling sound is, but it is indicative of this creature. And that's when you spring up and start running away, but it's even closer to you now.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, I think Clara probably slowed down a bit too to like let you catch up.
So
I'm
you
not
lost
exactly the fastest runner either.
3 disposition.
Ooh. Ouchies. Okay.
Hey, you're not doing too bad. You're still at half.
4, yes. It's
Yeah.
fine. What could possibly
Totally fine.
uh,
You're good. You're good. Oh,
Whoops.
he's in combat. All right. We're going into round 2, which I was not expecting.
We're very resourceful mice.
I guess so.
I'm gonna attack.
Oh, I did the wrong thing.
I think at this point, Clara's gonna start trying to like pulling things into the wolf's path.
Mm-hmm.
To actively
Hinder it.
hinder it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to maneuver because it's my favorite thing to do.
It's a good one.
Right. What about you, Nox?
Do we go the same order every time?
You can switch it up if you want to, but
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any desire to switch it up. I guess I'm gonna do defend.
Right. Watch it be attack feint this time.
Oh, should I mark a failure for my nature?
yes.
Okay.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
let's do it.
It's the same. It's an attack.
Ah!
Trying to get after you.
It
So-
attack.
So these are independent.
Great.
means- That there's no subtraction that happens if both have successes. They each deal damage.
Oh, we're about to lose. All right.
We're gonna get eated.
You know what?
That is not its goal.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I want more checks.
You might as well
So
earn them now.
yeah, I would like to give +2 dice to
How because I made a mistake. You're actually supposed to declare which trait you're using against yourself. That would make them
Okay,
better.
okay.
So each character has a number of traits, and
I'm
those
going-
traits can be used for or against yourself. If you want to use it for, you add 1 dice, and you can do that once per session. You can use it against yourself as many times, and that's how you build checks.
I think I'm going to use natural bearings against myself. Because I'm not just trying to run away pell-mell. It's all everybody for themselves. I'm like trying to cover for Tulip and Late, and I'm like I'm not just having us run. I'm trying to impede. I'm going into conflict with the wolf.
That's not natural bearing. Natural bearings is you know where you're at.
Oh, okay, right.
Yes.
Then we'll say compassionate then, because I am not doing stuff that would hurt the wolf.
Okay. And
I'm like-
you're in the back trying to help your friends, making sure you don't.
Yeah, this is an obstacle that won't hurt you, Mr. Wolfie. And also don't eat my friends. Okay, yeah. And then, so it's +2 dice for you. So, sorry, we're about to lose. And then 5 dice for me. Am I getting help?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're dead, but
76.
sure.
If I get all, we can still tie, or I guess we can both lose. If I roll high enough, I think. Or are they still at 8?
No, they're at 15.
One? Oh, I did greater than 6 on accident. Hold on, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right. Which actually puts you into pretty good compromise.
Yeah, because that's
Um,
about half, right?
I mean it's a third.
I started
They
with
have 2/3 up.
18?
15.
15. Okay, and
Yeah.
we took, didn't we take one earlier? When I defended? Or no, I lost. I lost that one.
Yeah.
Never
Yes.
mind.
You took 1.
Right. Do I mark for? No, I only
Melee.
mark for nature once, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just flicked my earphone. Compromise. The compromise is, if you allow, you find a safe place. You don't know where it is, you don't know where you are, but you find a place that looks like it might be safe. Acceptable?
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Are there fireflies? Can the fireflies be part of the compromise?
They have actually been in front of you guys, leading you through good paths. Like they're like following you, but following in front of you. If that makes any sense. Like
Okay.
they're anticipating your directions.
Okay. Well, they're still there then, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So you're running, and you see what looks to be like a small hole in what you think is a cliff, which seems kind of strange. And you're running, you duck into this hole, you kind of squeeze in. Late, you literally squeeze in a little bit. There's a little bit of pulling, and you guys kind of flop on the other side, and the shadow beast's muzzle gets right into that little, and you can see it like snarling and puffing and huffing, and then it kind of stops, and you think you see a little bit of a smile on its toothy grin, and it slowly pokes its muzzle out.
Cool. Where are we?
You
Nothing-
appear. Oh. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that thing smiled at us.
You're on what looks to be like rocks kind of laid out they're all sort of flat and divoted, and some have a little bit of water in it. Grass is poking out between them. It's slightly open on either side. Appear to be large grasses and flowers kind of growing all around you. In a little bit to your left, you can actually see a small metal tube-shaped thing that you might be able to crawl into and be safe from the sky. But you can't really see at this moment. The tree is so thick here that only beams of sunlight seem to be coming through, and they are golden, indicative of evening.
Oh no.
Tulip's gonna like rustle off her jar and like look at the fireflies in her jar and make sure they're okay.
I'm going to mention that you guys are all tired.
Great. Okay, let's mark that. Boo.
Because you've been running what feels like for hours.
So let's not get in another fight, guys. Let's not.
Not do it.
Let's
Are the
We
bugs
should-
okay? This is important to me.
You have the two inside your jar.
Yeah, are they okay?
They seem fine. They're
Okay.
kind of like twinkling and dipping in and up and down. Almost like they're watching you when you look down at them.
come on, Tulip. We should find some cover, and I'm gonna walk up to the pipe and sort of like peer in and see what I can see.
It looks like there's some possible like water inside. For our human brains, this is a large watering can. You're poking your head through the water spout part.
We can try and rest in here. Maybe.
Tulip
Um,
is.
Go for it.
You sure?
Mhm.
Okay. Tulip's not paying attention. She's unscrewed the top of the jar and like put her hand out to see how the fireflies will like if they'll like land on her paw.
And they do.
How different do they look besides being smaller and like more twinkly like?
They have sort of like an iridescence to, not iridescence, or is that right? Sort of like pearl-like,
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
have a bit of a shine, like a June bug, which is a little strange. And they almost have like dragonfly wings instead of firefly wings.
You're
Mhm.
very strange.
When you tilt your head, it tilts its head at you.
If I let you out of the jar, will you stay with me?
At that moment, you do hear a howl. Stuff
Tulip,
in the
Tulip.
distance.
light.
Let's go. We can talk to them somewhere else, please.
Oh, okay. And she'll like bring her jar along, but with the bug still out. She'll try and like get them to like crawl on her shoulder.
They don't really like, if they can, they're just gonna float around.
Okay,
They
but
prefer
do
not
they
to be on
not
things.
to land. Okay,
Yeah.
but do they stay with me?
They're gonna stay with you for now.
Cool.
That thing. Can we go in there now? I'm pointing
Okay.
at the watering can.
Yeah. You go first.
Okay.
As you get inside, your claws kind of scratch along the metal bits, kind of, make a metallic scratchy noise. Yeah.
Ugh, what a terrible noise.
My butt probably
Strange.
gets stuck at the very end.
Then you realize that once you get inside, that there's a much bigger opening
Whew.
where you pour the water in.
There. Who would make a structure like this? Just all metal. And I'll like tap the side.
Ding, ding, ding.
Like it echoes throughout the
Yeah.
chamber. I'm glad it's here. Tulip, what are you doing with the bugs?
Your
Listen.
name is Starla, and your
Oh, no.
name is Peter.
Well, I'm a bit worried we might have to wait out the night here. I'll look out the larger opening of the watering can, and I want to see what the weather's looking like.
I was about to mention, you are now in the player phase. You can spend your checks.
Ooh, I
Uh,
have many of those.
yeah, you guys earned quite a few there.
Because we get how many free checks do we get? 1 or 2?
One.
1.
Ooh,
So-
shit.
I'm going to mention a couple things that are slightly different about this edition of Mouse Guard in the Garden of the Giants. The first is that you are now in the garden. Things are going to be a little bit different. In order to move to a new location, you are going to have to spend a check. Once we move into the GM phase, whatever zone you're in will activate its bad stuff.
Great.
Or not its bad stuff, but it's like unique
Complicated
features.
stuff.
Yeah. So
Alright.
that's sort of how this game flows. Is during the player phase, you can sort of explore that zone and figure things out, or move on to a new zone. Additionally, get rid of conditions and all that sort of.
All right. So weather watching, I have never used it before.
Okay.
How does it work? Because I would like to spend a check to do that.
So you're going to. Is it a contested roll against the season?
Yeah. The obstacle is based on the season that you're in.
Which it is summertime. So it's actually the easiest one to weather watch.
yes.
I believe it's only a 4.
Yes, it's a 4.
Great. I have a 2.
Perfect.
So and then I want to use a trait for myself. I don't have to spend anything for that, right?
It just spends the trait for
Yeah.
session.
So I want to use weather sense.
Hmm.
So that would get me to 3. And I have to get 4 passes, or is it
Correct.
contested?
You could also technically tax your nature at this point using a persona point.
Oh, that's true. And that would give me an extra die?
So you can either just spend a persona point to gain an extra die, or you can tax your nature, which will temporarily reduce, or you get to add your nature score to the roll.
Oh.
If it is against your nature and you succeed, it's temporarily subtracts your nature score by 1. If you
Gotcha.
fail, it subtracts it by the degree of failure.
Gotcha.
So if you end up
Great.
rolling 2,
That's really bad.
challenge is 4, you lose 2 points temporarily.
I'm gonna do it.
And those
Can
are
I-
very hard to get back.
Can I help with? Can I help with Wild One?
Ooh.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
In that
you do-
case. Oh, sorry.
It's like you do not quite yet have magical. Basically, you have like a fire set up, but it hasn't been sparked yet.
Okay.
If that makes any sense? Is what one point means.
So the other thing I could potentially help with is my Starwise, if I can see, like if we wait until if there are stars and I can like see, because different stars show up at different seasons.
Right. I'm going to tell you something very interesting. I mentioned earlier you can't actually see the sky,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but as night falls, you can see stars.
What the? Okay. Yeah,
this
I
one-
think maybe I'm willing to wait till nightfall, and I think we see Clara
It's
like
basically nightfall.
Yeah.
looking out and coming back, looking out like, yeah. Okay, so that's one helping die from Tulip. So let's math this out real quick. I have a 2 in Weather Watcher, plus 5 from taxing my nature, so
You're
that's
gonna
7,
tax.
plus 1 from Tulip, that's 8, and plus 1 from my weather sense, so that's 9. 9. Okay, and I need to beat 4. And to be clear, so we understand if it's against my nature or not, this is to see how safe it's going to be to get home. Get
No.
home. It's
You
not?
get to tell me what. If you succeed, you get to tell me what weather it is going to be.
Awesome. Well, since Clara can't control the weather, but Dylan can, Clara's doing this to see how safe it's going to be to get home. Okay, so
That's,
our
weather watching is the
96.
weirdest trait. Or the weirdest skill.
I think you mean the best one.
I mean, boat.
Here we go.
I happen to like boat. Fail by 1. So
Yep.
you lose a persona point. You're taxed by 1.
Okay.
What would you like to have
That's-
been? Is my question.
That's a good question because I think partly cloudy, so cloudy enough that there's cover, but it's not raining, but it's not sunny, so that there are predators easily finding us.
Okay.
Would have been the ideal.
Okay.
But alas.
So, what actually happens is you do get some cloud cover, but it's warm and muggy. Like through the
Ugh.
night, it seems to get warm, and you sweat, and because you're actually moving around quite a bit, you do work up a thirst.
Great.
So you're now hungry and thirsty, and you have some cloud cover.
Do we have food with us?
Nope.
Can I try and go out and find some?
Yeah, you can use harvester or forage or anything sort of like that.
So one thing that I'd like to point out, just because this is a thing when I first started playing Resguard that got me all the time, is because you didn't earn any checks, you have 1 check.
Yes.
And in order to clear a condition, you have to spend a check. So because you're not hungry and thirsty, you don't actually need to eat in the game. So
Well, we are hungry and thirsty now, right?
You know, you could like story-wise go look for food,
yeah,
but you don't have to spend a check to do so.
yeah. And late isn't because late didn't
Right,
help.
because late didn't help, so late doesn't have to
So-
deal with the consequences.
Yeah. So you might want to spend your check to cure your tired.
So can I get food and then give it to the other people?
That is an option. It still spends your check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I want to do.
Okay. And people can share their checks with you as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
We can give you checks.
Okay.
So, this place is, I mean, it's late, so that's going to add to your difficulty. Unless you want to wait until the morning.
I think I would wait until I would definitely wait until the morning. I'd be too afraid to go out at night.
Yes. Okay. So, assuming everyone's okay with bedding down for the night.
Yeah, Clara will, like, her stomach will rumble, but she'll just settle in for the evening.
Okay.
I guess tired is it's a will test or a health test, right? To
I
clear
believe
it.
it's the will test.
Conditions.
I've not played this game enough to know everything by heart.
Sleeping out in the wild doesn't count as a good night's rest. If that's how you want to rest, you've got to make an OB3 health test.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So would we all spend a check then for?
You would each have to spend a check to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and that's health then?
It would be a health check.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So then do I have to do it?
If you want to clear the tired condition.
Okay. I don't think that I will.
Okie doke. I will do that.
Okay. So
Um,
you're gonna spend checks to bed down for the night
Mm-hmm.
inside your metal echo chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to get all meta again,
Hmm.
Part of the game.
part of the thing. So the different conditions we -1 disposition to any conflict.
Mhm.
Or all for each conflict, and we lose -1 disposition for each
Unique condition.
unique condition. So it would be better if we all cleared our tired,
Gotcha.
or if both of us cleared our hungry and thirsty.
Then I think
Because no, like, if one of us still has that condition, like,
then it still
then we'll-
counts as -1 disposition.
Yeah.
Then it would make more sense for us to clear our hunger then.
Lauren, just as a matter of fact, Tulip is not hungry and thirsty because you used a wise die.
I did use a wise.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So it's just me.
Yep.
Great.
So
Rip.
then does it make the most sense for all of us to just do the will check for tired?
Health.
I think
health.
Yeah.
I think it makes the most sense for just Clara to clear hungry and thirsty because that's one check.
I
As
mean,
opposed to each of
honestly,
us spending one check.
it makes the most sense for all, like,
You want to get rid of tired. Oh, by the way, you actually have to. Technically, you do have to get rid of them in order.
yes.
So you would have to get rid of tired or hungry and thirsty to get rid of tired.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah. Ideally, we clear all of our conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is the ideal.
I will give one of my checks to Late, so that you have 2 of them.
Cool.
That way
Thank
you
you.
still have a check after clearing.
Yeah, so you can, like, do something to clear the tired.
And
I
then
think narratively, just because we're in a position where it makes sense, clear
Mhm.
tired, right? Because I know you. Just
Right.
because.
okay, so we don't need to
Sometimes-
roll a check to clear tired.
No. We have
We
to
do,
roll
okay.
it, but it's like you don't have to. He's not making you clear hungry and thirsty first.
Oh, okay.
Which is how
Okay.
it would normally work.
Okie doke. Then and that's the health test. Okay.
Mhm.
46 greater than 4. Wah wah.
Oh, you don't have any fate, never mind.
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, you spent everything.
Can I help? Can you help, Anna?
You can't. Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be grouchy and tired. It's fine.
Well, if he failed his test, then we don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, don't bother.
We don't need
Save
to
your
spend our
checks.
checks to do that
Save
because
your checks.
I mean, yeah. You can just have a rough night tonight.
It's just it's the worst sleepover we've ever had.
we're
Yeah.
scared. We weren't prepared to camp.
No.
We're in a watering can.
We're in a strange metal cathedral.
I am nocturnal, so
Are
I'm
you?
actually So I'm actually gonna go out and explore.
In the middle of the night while everyone else is trying to sleep.
Yep.
Die, rip Tulip. Maybe that's why I don't get any sleep, is because I see Tulip walking out, and I'm like, hey, wait, no, hold on. I like get up and go with.
Okay.
So we're just
you did
pulling
spend
in.
that check though, right?
I did spend the check.
Okay.
Yeah. But
What
I'm
do you-
just
what
gonna
are you trying to
probably just pull
explore?
an all-nighter.
I want to like crawl back out of the. Now that I don't hear the wolf, I want to like look around a little bit more. Are Starla and Peter still with me?
No, they kind of like wandered back into the jar that was open and kind of fell asleep at the bottom. You put a little
Oh,
stick
that's-
in there with some leaves.
Oh, that's really cute. Okay. They're diurnal fireflies, which is what Tulip says.
Of course.
What does that word even mean?
It means that they are awake in the day and sleep in the night, which is not usually how fireflies work.
That's not what diurnal means.
Yeah, it is.
That is what diurnal
Dire-
means.
I thought
Noctur-
diurnal was when you're. No, because there's one where you are awake in the day and at night, and you miss other parts. And I believe that's diurnal because die is 2.
I'm
Anyways,
just gonna ask Google.
word talk.
Of or during the day, daily, each day.
Yeah.
All right,
Diurnal
never mind.
is-
I'm
yeah.
wrong. I'm
No, it's all
willing
right.
to admit that.
It's cool. We just know that Tulip is more of a nerd.
More of a nerd than Ethan.
A bug nerd.
And by Tulip, you mean me. Yeah, so I'm gonna crawl out, and I want to see kind of where we are, where like I'm interested in these really big flowers, and like if there's a way, like what if there are more fireflies or if they're all asleep, if there's a way out.
So you just want to know some information about the area.
Yeah, like I want to explore this area.
Okay, so it's gonna be a tough op because it is nighttime.
Yeah.
You don't have many sources of light.
Okay,
Because
because my fireflies
you fell asleep.
are the other ones gone too?
They seem to have scattered, and
Okay.
you're not sure where they went. Maybe to the stars. Who knows?
Do I recognize the stars?
No.
Oh,
Great.
okay. All right. What's my obstacle?
Uh, 3?
Okay. And I'm doing what? Scout?
Scout, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
To find out what's around here that might be interesting.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Nocturnal, because even though there's not a lot of light, I'm used to seeing in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And are you helping me?
I would love to, but I'm not sure how. Like,
Can you
could I
like
use-
use cartographer to make a map?
Yeah, could I do that?
Yeah. You
Awesome.
have a piece of paper you could draw on.
For sure.
I feel like Clara, the cartographer, would just like have.
Always have something.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 4.
Good luck.
All right.
I'm gonna. Oh no! It was only obstacle 3. Yeah.
It's 3. Yep. So you're good.
Please, no more conditions.
So you kind of find out what might be in sort of the adjoining areas. You know that there is an ivy wall sort of to your left behind the sort of flower and grass that would takes some wiggle to get through. Far down the path, you don't travel too far because it's late and you don't want to lose sight of the watering can. You do see what looks to be a stones stacked on top of each other and then crawling with light bits of ivy. And to your right, you swear you hear. Do you hear anything? Guess you wouldn't. You see what looks to be like a couple. You'd have to go up a couple rocks, and then it looks like it might dip back down into like a flat plane. And in the distance, and you can see sort of the shadow of something floating in the air.
Just floating?
What kind of something? What shape of something?
Like a disc.
Like a UFO?
A UFO would have like a rounded top. This is a flat top.
Like a bird? Like a plane? Like a Superman?
I mean, you
Like
wanna
a
draw
frisbee?
It's just
an
like a.
upside down frisbee.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Like a bird
Cool.
feeder?
There's just a floating frisbee. Okay. So let me see if I. One direction we have the ivy, the other we have a stone wall, and then in the third we have the floating upside down
A floating
frisbee.
disc.
Okay. Great. Yeah, Clara will mark that down.
All right, that's all I wanted to. I mean, there's another thing. I have so many checks.
You can't spend 2 checks in a row.
No,
Yeah.
I can't spend 2 checks in a row, so somebody else has to spend a check. But then she'll like go to sleep for the night.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's
Probably because
bedtime.
Clara's like, just do it.
Come on, let's go. It's late. I don't think we're supposed to be awake this late. All right.
All right.
Do we wake up in the morning, or are we eaten by a wolf in our sleep?
Yes.
GG, one shot. Actually,
Well,
we are
we do wake up in the morning because it's our turn, so we control.
right.
The narrative.
But I just looked at the clock, and it is 7 o'clock. So we are at the top of the hour. I think this is a good point for us to take our second break.
Mhm.
Yes. Ooh, time gets away from you in this game.
Yeah.
Let's
Get
take
chased by
another
some
break.
wolves.
yeah, that was harrowing. So we're gonna step away for a couple more minutes, refill on water, do all that stuff, and when we come back, we will see what the morning brings. So don't go anywhere. See you soon.
All right.
And hello, welcome back to the third hour, I think I can count, of episode 1 of Garden of the Giants. We have wormed our way into a old metal watering can and spent the night there, cold and, at least in Clara's case, hungry. But Ethan, is it the morning?
It is morning, and as you predicted, it's real muggy.
Yeah, I think Clara just wakes up. She's like lying all spread out, and she's just like, oh, and lays back down.
So can I? So is it a good idea for me to try to harvest for food for Clara?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay. So what's the difference between -1 disposition to any conflict versus -1 disposition for all conflicts?
Nothing. It's just the way the sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And is it? Do we determine it wasn't worth it for the rest of us to roll? For our tired or?
You can if you want.
We can if we want, but like unless Dylan spends another check to try and clear the tired again, it won't work. Like it won't matter.
And
Yeah,
if this
because
is-
if any one person has a condition in the party is affected by the condition for the conflict stuff.
And do they stack?
No.
No.
Okay.
That's why they're saying if one person has it, you might as well all have it, right?
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Eventually, it's a good idea to clear conditions because the like, you know, the eventually we're gonna get sick or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So
we all
basically,
do.
if you get a condition, and a condition you already have, you actually get a worse one.
Yay.
Mhm.
So let's say you're hungry and thirsty, and then I say you get hungry and thirsty again, you actually get the next step down.
Which would be
Ah,
tired, right?
Yeah, which is harder to clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so I wake up in the morning and I am looking pretty grumpy. And maybe a little on the nervous side. And um I want to go out and try and harvest some nom noms.
Harvest those nom noms.
All right.
Can I help with survivalist?
This will be an op 2 because it's actually not. It's not like the most. There's not the most food here. This is the entryway into the garden,
Mm-hmm.
but there is some things that you might be able to, like some grasses and stuff you might be able to get a hold of, and maybe some other stuff depending on how you roll.
Cool. So Clara's helping with Harvester, right? Or sorry.
With survivalist, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
'cause
help with Scout.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 4d6.
Mm-hmm.
Target number
And
is greater than 2.
2 or greater.
Okay.
And if you want, you can use one of your if you have traits that apply, you can use one of your traits to help you, one time per session for each trait.
Can I use fat to help me? Because I am so hungry.
Is that a driving motivation for you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll accept it. So you're at 5.
Okay.
You know where those good noms are.
Yeah.
You can smell them.
I've
You
snuck
can
a couple
sense 'em.
noms or two in my life. Okay.
So you guys are kind of exploring around. You know that ivy wall that I said that you found last night?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's
So it's actually only one success. What did I
Oh.
do?
You rolled the wrong. You said greater than 2. It should be greater than.
No. Yeah.
Wait, it was greater than what?
Then
2.
4.
So it says.
Oh,
and
okay.
it should
I
have
thought
been
you said
4,
it was 2. Okay. Or no, wait. It's obstacle 2, but
Yeah.
the successes are over 4. So,
Always
okay,
over 4.
I got it.
Cool. In that case,
Oh man.
Oh.
all you find is grass and flowers in this area, and they're not terribly
Mm.
good to eat. You try.
What
Uh,
wises do you have?
I should have helped with a wise because I have herb wise. Fuck.
I believe that means you can go aha.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think if this is
What
an
is
aha
this? Is the
moment.
first time I've encountered the mechanic. We did 3 sessions on self masteries and
I
never
know.
used it. How does this
It's
work?
it's my favorite mechanic, and
Because you actually have to say aha. It
Okay.
says it in the rules. Let me
So-
double.
And we all know that
check.
rules are infallible.
what page is wises? I never remember.
271.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Wises.
gosh.
Okay. Yeah, 271. Spend a fate point and re-roll any single failed
Hmm.
die on your test. So
Hmm.
so
I
I think
cannot
it would
help.
have to be Nox's.
Okay. Do you have any wises that apply here?
I can try and bullshit my way with one of them.
Look,
I
this
mean,
is a game
that's
about bullshit.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of my wises is Legends of the Guard,
Okay.
Oh.
and aha. That's right. I remember from when I read blah 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 in this book about this legend where the guard were in dire straits, and they had run out of all of their rations, and they in their desperation just ate whatever was in front of them, and managed to discover that this was an edible, nutritious thing, and they just
Like an
discovered-
edible flower or something.
Yeah, so you get to re-roll one of those.
Ugh.
So just roll 1d6.
Okay. I guess I'll roll the 4. No, wait,
No,
3.
you re-rolled the 2, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't need to call it, I guess, because there's so many.
Yeah, you're just re-rolling 1.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
So you have like, aha, they ate flowers. So you try eating some flowers.
That flower looks just like this. Oh. Oh no.
Dylan, I'm going to be kind to you and say that you could have used Herbwise.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
But both Tulip and Late are now hungry because they spent
We're all
all
in
this
this
time-
together, friends.
Oh,
they spent all this time thinking about food.
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
Now,
Sorry. Do I mark a fail for my wise?
no, you mark a fail for your
Harvest.
harvester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think I come back to the watering can and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I tried really hard to find
There's
food.
pollen on your cheek.
Yeah, and it didn't taste very good. And I don't think you're gonna like it. No, I'm really hungry, and are we gonna get home soon? I've got to study, and Autumn's waiting for me.
Oh yeah. With this weather, I don't think we're going to make it for trying to run from that wolf again. And if you couldn't find any food here,
Oh,
don't
so
think-
the aha had to spend a fate point. Did you do that? Sorry,
I don't-
I'm
I don't have any
History.
fate points.
Everyone started with one fate and one
Oh.
persona. Yes.
Yeah. So you mark off fate beside your wise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that means I have 0 fate then.
Yes.
whee, welcome to the
worry.
club.
You'll get more at the end of the session.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I don't think we're going to find any food here either, but maybe Tulip and I were walking around a bit last night, and there are some other places we could look.
Yeah, I guess we should probably do that. We can't stay here forever.
yeah.
Clara does a bit of like a, well, I certainly hope not face.
The thing you do notice while you're kind of looking around for food, though, interestingly enough, there is a giant cliff that you apparently passed through to get in here. It's a wooden cliff, almost like the trunk of a tree, but it's flat. And then there's, looks like stones stacked on top of each other that make up the rest of the cliff. The other thing you notice is the hole is gone.
Of course it is.
The what is
Oh.
gone?
The hole you passed through is gone.
It's a magical fan.
Well, our options appear to be heading through the ivy, heading to that wall over there, heading to the. Can we still see the weird flying or floating?
You'd have to go over there and get on top of a couple of the rocks. You'd do, like scrambling up some rocks to get
Okay.
a good sight on it. So
So
you
not
can
from
if
where
you
we're
want.
at. Then
Not from where this conversation's happening.
or towards the strange floating thing.
There's a lot of strange things around here.
Are there more bug friends?
They don't
What are
seem
my
to be
bug
up yet.
friends doing? Okay.
They're
Yeah.
napping. They're lazy.
'Cause-
They're cats.
'Cause I wanna use Wild One, and I want to.
I mentioned earlier, you can't use Wild One until you come across something supernatural.
Oh, and the bugs aren't
No,
the
Mm.
magical bugs
That,
they're
are
not magic.
supernatural.
They're
they're
not
just-
magic
giant-
bugs.
they're just
The
bugs.
giant shadow wolf is not
Nope.
supernatural. Okay,
Nope.
never mind that.
Okay.
All right.
But that is now knowledge you now have. That's supernatural.
I would like to head toward the wall. I can't even begin to imagine who would build a place like this, but if they're still around, I would hope they'd be that way. Maybe we can get some help?
Second question. Can I ask the bugs where to go?
Like, hey, little buddies.
Yeah.
Yes. And they kind of like float up, and then go in two different directions. Neither of them take the path towards the wall. They go. One goes through the ivy, and the other one heads.
Well, that's not very helpful. I wanted to spend a check to like get the bugs to lead us to like the safest place, kind of, or like I wanted to do some kind of insectress thing.
Go ahead and give that to me still.
Okay, like roll the check.
Yeah.
Okay. What's my obstacle?
2.
Okay.
What's your insect just?
My insectress is 4
Okay.
because I'm real good at bugs.
I'm gonna say you can't get help from this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to help with
This is
anyway.
weird bug stuff.
Weird bug
I mean,
stuff.
couldn't I technically help because I have Insectress?
You can't help with the same skill
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
being used.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
JK.
Can I use graceful because I can get to places that most mice wouldn't be able to because I'm graceful, so I can follow the bugs more directly.
Sure.
Hmm.
I'll allow that.
Yes. I love this game.
Yeah, this game doesn't suck, I guess.
So you ask them, hey, which way should I go? You know for a fact that the way they didn't go is probably the most dangerous.
Okay.
Which is strange because it's the most open.
Right.
Okay.
Like in your head, that makes sense. For mice, not great.
Yeah.
Through the one that goes towards the vines, kind of like weaves in and out of them, almost like saying these are really thick.
All right.
And,
Let's go the easier way.
and then the one that went towards the floating disc, kind of just like bobs at the top of the rocks, almost like it's pointing towards the disc.
I want to go up there.
All right.
It seems easier than the ivy.
Very well. Did everybody have all of their things? No one's leaving anything behind? No? Okay.
I gotta get the jar. I go get the jar.
Of course.
I
Of
look at
course.
the picture. Okay, I'm ready.
Well, then, let's get climbing then. And I would like to spend a check to move.
Oh, we
us
gotta
into-
climb?
It's not a hard climb. It's just a bit of a scamper.
It's like a hill. You'll survive late.
Go ahead and give me a Pathfinder 2.
Oh, can I use any other skill?
No, but you
Than
can
Pathfinder.
receive help.
Okay.
And if because you've already beginner's luck this, right?
I think no. I used nature earlier. Didn't I?
Not for who used the beginner's luck earlier. Someone did beginner's luck at the very beginning of the session.
You
Right,
beginners lucked something for the starting disposition, I think.
Yeah, it was for Scout or Pathfinder because you
Oh.
said then that you didn't have it. I don't remember which one it was though.
Yes, it was Scout.
It was Scout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mark a what for that because I already did it once.
It doesn't matter, success or fail. You just need 3.
Okay.
3 of either. Is how that becomes a rank 2.
I will
Is
mark.
it 3 or is it your max nature?
Ooh, it might be nature.
If it's my max nature, it's never happening. 'Cause my max nature is 5.
That's not too bad.
It's gonna be a while.
I forgot that's a mechanic of nature. Yeah.
Once
Okay,
you
then.
use
No, you're right.
beginner's luck, note the skill, put an X instead, check off one of the pass bubbles. It doesn't matter if you pass or failed a particular test.
Okay.
Fill in each bubble. Once you've attempted to use max nature. You
Great.
open it to-
Lovely. All right. And this is Pathfinder, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just a 2.
So I'm gonna beginner's luck, right? Which
It's gonna
is
be a health test. Health.
so it's a one die normally plus my nature.
No, you don't. No, it's you're gonna roll. It's be your health.
Oh, health. Right. Okay.
Health. Yeah. And then you don't add any numbers to that unless you're getting help.
Okay. So 4 plus possible help.
And then
Yeah,
divide
I'll-
that number by 2.
I'll help with Scout.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I understand now. All right, so that puts me up to a 5. Can I use natural bearings here to help myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to get a more.
So that
You
puts
were
me
kind
at
of you were here. You've been
6.
here before because you scoped it out yesterday, so you
Yeah.
might know a good path out there.
Well, like if a path feels like we're going off in the wrong direction, I'll have a better sense of which way we're supposed to be going, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that puts me at 6.
And you divide that by 2 to put
So
you at
3. All right. /R 3d6, not 3dc. That's not a thing. 3d6 greater than 4. Fudge sickles. Okay.
What conditions you got?
All of them.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, you're
hungry
so
and thirsty,
heavy on the conditions.
and I have tired. Hey, so have you heard of this? There's this option I heard about in Mouse Guard where you can give us a complication instead.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. We can do that. We can do that. We can do
I don't
that.
know. This might be fun to experiment with.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dying.
Yeah, the conflict. So yeah, we can introduce a twist. I don't know why I'm hesitant to add these in right now, but
You usually love them.
I know, but you're not at the good twisty part yet. I know the perfect twist.
Oh boy.
We're gonna set something up, and
Okay.
it's actually not gonna do anything mechanically.
Okay.
You, Clara, hear a familiar scree.
Oh no. I immediately freeze, and like I think we see all of my fur puff up, and I just turn to both of you with panic in my eyes. It's like, hide now. In the
Okay.
grass, anywhere.
You're on top of this like pile of rocks that you can easily like get underneath, and
Yeah, that's-
there's like leaves crawling on it. So
Under the rocks,
Mm-hmm.
looking out.
Okay.
And what do we see, Ethan?
the other two do not see this. Only you see it. Laura. You see a flash of a pale white owl that you know as Moonbeak.
Moonbeak, yes.
You have named this owl. It is listed as your enemy.
It is.
Cheeks.
Moonbeak, the one-eyed owl.
And
We just see Clara like shake in fear.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
She's
everything okay?
here. I didn't think. Why all the way out here? It's Moonbeak. She usually is more to the north.
What is she?
She's an owl. She's the biggest owl I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about her.
you don't see Moonbeak anymore.
Clara doesn't
but
know.
I don't see an owl.
Should
was-
we maybe make some sharp sticks?
What? I think that shakes Clara out of her paralysis. What? No, late. She grabs you by both of the shoulders and pulls your face close to hers. You're too small. You would die.
Well, I mean, just for self-defense.
He would just eat you. Don't go doing anything stupid like that. Don't put
Well,
yourself in danger.
Look, if the mouse guard can do it, I can do it.
We're not the mouse guard.
Well,
We're just
we'll
kids.
see about that.
and I
Which
think
is a little ironic because you are wearing what looks to be a very poor attempt at a mouse guard cloak.
I think Clara just assumes that she's won that argument, even if she hasn't. It's like maybe it's clear now.
I think it's fine, and she's gonna like. She's gonna be like, "Hey, Starlad, do you see an owl?"
Kind of goes.
I think that means no. I think we're okay.
All right. Well, be careful.
We will be.
I should mention Starla at that moment was like peeking behind a leaf as well with you guys.
Cute. All right. So I guess Clara will get back to leading her pals through the.
So you got
Whatever.
over the hill, and it kind of opens up into this strangely like manicured lawn. Like it seems like it's cut, despite that not being a thing. But you see this floating disc, kind of a large bowl. The center of cylinder comes down from it, like a large pillar.
God, it's a bird for to get the hell out of Dodge.
And there's like ivy crawling down the sides of the like lip of the bowl and around the pillar.
Okay, and it's floating though. It's off the ground, or does the pillar connected to the ground?
The pillar goes all the way down, but it's hard.
Okay.
It was hard to see in the night.
Yeah, for sure.
You have
okay.
entered the floating pond.
Ooh.
It's the name of the zone. Like
All
if it was a
right.
JRPG, that would be the like sparkly
Yeah.
name of you entering into the floating pond.
So, how many checks do people have left?
I have one.
All right, I have 2, so we should
Tulip's in charge.
spend some checks. Do we want to try and clear more conditions? I mean,
I've given up on that. It's hopeless.
I can I try and look for food again?
Yeah, that you're in a new zone.
Okay. I'm gonna try and do that at least.
Okay.
If
Because
that
you're all
seems
now
reasonable.
hungry.
Yeah. And they'll
Uh,
just keep stacking on top of each other, right?
I'm gonna help with Herbwise.
So, if you're looking for food for a group, it increases the difficulty a little bit by 1. But This looks like it might be more food in this area.
What's your harvester?
T.
Because I can roll. I mean, I can't because I just did a check. But if we wrap back around to me, I have a 4 in survivalist.
Survivalist is not food gathering.
It's not?
No, it's shelter
Oh,
and not freezing to death. And
okay. Gotcha. Never mind. Ignore me.
yeah, that's harvester is sort of the foraging, and then hunter would be trying to kill things.
Okay.
Even though mice don't really eat
Yeah.
animals, they eat
Well-
fish in the setting,
They eat bugs.
and they eat bugs.
We're not hamsters, Ethan.
They eat bugs. And then Starla looks at you guys all very suspiciously.
No.
Mm,
No.
last resort.
So this is actually going to be a 2,
Okay.
an ob 2.
So I use my harvester again.
I am helping with Herbwise.
Okay.
I will help with Scout.
Okay.
Okay.
You're helpful
Um,
people.
I can't use fat again, can I?
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Okay.
you've used it today, like not in-game
Okay.
days, session days.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's nothing else I can add to this.
Probably not.
Alrighty, let's
I
just
mean, you could expend a persona point if you want to add a dice or tax your nature, but
I'll just do this. So
Mm.
yeah, so we enter this place and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna try this again. Just sit tight, and then skip
I mean,
off.
they're helping you because they're
Okay, follow me.
Follow your nose. Ooh.
What was the Yay!
All right, so you're climbing down the rocks, and you do smell something very sweet on your way down. It's raspberry.
Yes.
So you kind of you're like, and then you follow it, and you get to part of the rocks, and you can see that the indicative. I think they're like spiky leaves of the
Mhm.
raspberry bush. It looks like a young raspberry bush, but it has very sweet smelling raspberries growing out of it, almost like weed.
Oh.
And you guys can stuff your faces full of raspberries. You may
Yes.
cure your hungry, thirsty condition.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I should mention a raspberry
It's like
would
a
be about
slice.
this big to you,
Yeah.
Oh,
the
and
size
you
of our
probably,
hand.
eat it by the nodule, right? Because raspberries have like little bulbs.
I
and
eat
you
a
probably
whole
eat
one.
at a time.
I eat a
Just-
whole raspberry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like it's this size and just like it's like going into a black hole.
Why, late? I didn't know you were half snake.
Um.
There's like juice coming down her lips.
Tulip is gonna hold out one of the like nodules to like Peter and Starla and be like, "Do you like berries?"
They don't seem interested.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, fine.
She's gonna
Is it-
like. Can I store a couple extra raspberries in the jar?
Oh yeah.
You could probably get like one in there.
Okay.
They're like I said, your jar's not super like it's this big.
Yeah.
Raspberry's about this big. You put one
Well,
at
if
the
I
bottom.
like took it apart.
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
Can I using my apron, like if I take my apron off, make it into like a knapsack?
You could probably get another one in there, yeah.
Okay, I do that. And I like try to find like some tiny, like the tiniest little twig thing to tie it on the end. So now I have like this knapsack made out of my apron.
You can actually sticks seem to be pretty readily available.
Yeah.
so.
And you can also like put it in my net too.
Look what I caught.
Tie it in your because she's not gonna catch any more bugs probably right now. Eating is more important than bugs.
I put the wrapped up raspberry in your net then, and I
Okay.
take one of the sticks. And if I want to like sharpen this thing, is that a check too, or can I just?
It's not. It wouldn't be a weapon. You would just
But that doesn't matter,
flavor-wise,
Ethan.
you have a stick.
Okay, I have a stick and
You
I'm
have a
very proud
battle
of it. And I start like practicing sword moves.
Okay.
Right, you're going to hurt yourself.
I'm fine. Eat your raspberry.
Okay. What can I take a nap?
Yeah, you had a big meal, big sugary
I had a
meal.
big meal. I'm nocturnal,
That's true.
so I stayed up late. It's really hot.
It's very warm. In fact, under the raspberry bush is actually very cool. Like the soil's nice and cool, so this is actually a very good spot to take a break.
Yeah, and like, I don't think Tulip is not as like she's only gonna eat a little bit. I don't think she has like a huge like stuff her face kind of thing. So yeah, I want to take a nap. I want to try and clear my tired condition.
Okay.
I'm standing guard in front of her.
I would like to. Can I help with gear?
You can't help people with naps.
No,
Damn it.
you cannot help me nap, unfortunately.
Can I help myself nap with a book? Because I have a
Is
picture
it a bedtime
book.
story?
Yeah, I have a picture book.
I'm reticent to give that to you just because then you could use it all the time.
It's what my gear is. My gear is a
But
picture book.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Yes.
It applies to you because you've kind of like trained your own brain to be sleepy when you read this book.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
it's like your sleepy time book.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna roll a health test. I do it.
You have 6 health?
I'm a very healthy mouse.
You were the healthiest.
I am not a very willful mouse.
I
So
have a 5. And should I have marked a fail on health earlier for when I tried to clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll. It's normally 4, but with gear that's 5, right?
Yes.
D6. I don't think I have any traits I can use for this. Yeah, no. Either of those. Those are both about other people. Oh, God, please. Does the 3 pass?
Yes.
Thank God. All right, I'm out of checks. I can't do anything else.
All right, so you guys take some naps, except for the mighty
Guard
mighty
mouse.
late.
if you wanted to use your check for something
She's used to.
she's used to,
Mhm.
okay,
I fed y'all.
because right, you fed us and you just because like if you want to clear tired, I have one extra check. So unless we want to do something else in the floating pond right now, I can give it to you if you want to try and clear tired, and then we'll be good.
I feel like it might be better to have the 1 check because we still have some time left in the session.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, we'll
I
also
don't have a strong preference.
we'll also have to do like end of session.
Yeah.
Big
That's true.
stuff. So I don't know. It's up to y'all.
I'm gonna let group consensus decide because I don't know how to play this game.
my feeling is we're gonna want. So can we just metagaming for a moment? Can we just climb up into it without any checks? Can we go look at it without any checks?
You're gonna need to
Or-
spend a check to get up there.
Yeah. So I would at least like to. I would like to go look at what's up there and interact with that a little bit, and then do closing out.
Okay. I could spend my check to do that then to climb up.
Okay.
Right. I think now is a good point. If we're going to do that, now is a good point for us to take our last break. And then when we
I
come
agree.
back, we will find out, hopefully, unless we horribly fail all of our last check, we will hopefully find out what is at the top of this bird bath. I mean, floating disc. And we'll close out after that. So we're gonna step away for just a bit again, and then when we get back, we'll get into all of that. So see you in just a little bit. Oh. And hello, welcome back to the final part of episode 1, Garden of the Giants. It is occurring to me just now that we're like most of the way through the episode that I don't need to do that. I can just say welcome back. I don't need to say which part. I used to do that for YouTube when I split the shows into 4 individual videos, so it made a little more sense and was easy. It's all one video now, so I don't gotta do that. But whatever. We saw a scary owl, or at least Clara saw a scary owl, and then went in and got some delicious raspberries, courtesy of Late Blooms. And now where are we at? Ethan, what's going on?
There we go. You guys are. So you guys are heading towards the floating pond.
Yes, the not a bird.
I'm gonna climb it.
This is going to go wonderfully. Swimmingly, one might say.
So the interesting thing about this is actually getting up the pillar is actually fairly easy. Hard part is you have to decide because it's all vines. You just it's actually fairly easy to climb up. You need to figure out if you're going to climb along the top of it or jump for one of the vines that is hanging over the edge of the floating pond.
I'm gonna go with climbing because
yes,
climbing is a mousy thing.
Okay, because I don't know if any of you watched Dylan's Tomb Raider episode the other day.
I mean, is there a bright white vine that I can very specifically jump to?
Nope.
Okay.
Do we automatically reach one hand off toward?
So you're gonna try to climb upside down along with your
I'm
friend.
gonna climb upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you 2 things before you do this.
Okay.
How are you making this safe? Are you making it safe?
How thick is the ivy?
It's actually very light around, almost just 1 or 2 spirals up, right? Vines.
Okay.
And then it kind of goes all the way up, and then kind of up into.
Can I I guess is there enough that I can kind of scooch under it a little bit so that I have a little bit of an ivy safety net to catch on, even if it's not going to catch me, hold my weight, grab onto if I fall?
Yeah, and I assume you instruct everyone else to do this as well, because I assume everyone's following you.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
everyone following?
Of course.
I look up at it, take a deep breath. All right.
The mouse guard would do it.
Yeah, you're right. Can I help with this?
Well,
Is it helping thing?
there's only one check, right? So
Yes, and so
so
if you're doing it, you would be helping, and you can explain how you're helping.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't have a skill or anything. Can I help with? I can't help with nature because that's what's getting used.
Right.
do you have a trait?
My traits are generous and compassionate. Those are the ones I have left unchecked. Super useful for wilderness survival, let me tell you.
Let me check your stuff real quick.
What about compassionate in that I'm making sure, I'm keeping track of everybody's handholds and making sure they're not Late isn't going off to the side somewhere, and we're following the same trail, making sure everybody's okay. We take rests if we need them.
Yeah, we can do that.
Awesome.
So can I use order to help? What I'm thinking is Yeah, like rah rah shishkumbah or whatever.
Do your pep
I
talk.
want you to tell me. I want you to tell me how you're in
Yeah.
people giving.
Yeah, so I think I'm thinking back again to the Legends of the Guard that I know, and I'm like, I know this is really tall and it's really unsafe, but let me tell you this one story about this one mouse guard, and they were amazing, and they were climbing up the side of a huge cliff, and they were being chased by beavers. And then like on and on and on and on and on.
I really want, if this roll fails, for the story to end with, and then they slipped and fell. And
Oh yeah, I remember the end of it now.
Yeah.
it's been like a cautionary tale the whole
I don't
time.
exactly remember the end, but pretty sure they made it to the top and everyone was alive.
All right. So, like I said, climbing up is actually very easy. Getting up and over is much more difficult. This is actually going to be a 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
Crawling upside down is very difficult if you've ever done any of it
It
before
is.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's very hard. I should have saved Graceful for this moment. That's okay.
You could always.
Tax nature.
Oh, never mind.
I've already rolled my. Oh yeah, I can double tax my nature, but I guess I can't because I already rolled it. But I have a fate point.
You do.
Oh,
that you
you
didn't
do.
spend earlier.
Yeah. So
That's a
I'm gonna
wise
use
move.
it. I'm gonna explode that 6. I'm just gonna do it like this.
Ah.
So you're crawling, and you get like you're trying to get over the lip, and you slip, right? Your foot slips, and you kind of do that thing where you like dangle, and you just pull yourself and roll into water. You find that there's water up here. It goes about to your waist. But you kind of like roll into it and cool off, and then because it's still super hot, right? Like there's sweat
Mhm.
dripping
Yeah.
down your brows, and you kind of reach out over the edge and you try to help everyone else get across the sort of round bit, because everyone is actually doing okay at this. They're crawling, but sort of the same thing. That just last bit, it's just the heart trying to go like this is very difficult, right? Trying to pull your weight up and
Mhm.
around. So people, you're naturally just slipping, and but you manage all to get across and on top, and you're now in this this pond, and you can hear singing.
What's that?
Hello?
You're looking across. It's actually a very big bird bath to little mice. And
Start
at the
swimming.
end, like I said, it's not very high, but it's wide.
Mhm.
You see 2 birds. Like you probably heard this earlier. You thought it was just chirping of birds, but now that you're closer, you can understand that they're words. And there's 2 birds singing a duet. But you
I love
can
it.
make out the words.
Okay.
And it's like this big romantic duet, and like the male singer is doing like a dance while he does it, and the other one's just sort of watching and sort of enjoying this display. You don't. I don't think you understand the language as much as you understand the feeling behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's almost like a different language that they're speaking, and their duet ends, and they kind of like nuzzle each other with beaks, because birds don't have lips, so they can't smooch.
Right. they
Birds
they
do
bird
bird
smooch.
Yeah. And then they kind of like turn around and notice the 3 standing in the middle of the bird bath.
And Tulip is doing this.
Yeah, and Clara has like her hands to her heart.
I have the picture out and I'm like,
They're like, "Oh, I did not notice you there.
We're sorry.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
that was beautiful.
Very much so.
Oh, how wonderful. We don't normally have an audience, do we? my dear, and he motions to the lady. She's like, oh no, we never have an audience.
That
Where are we?
Ah, you are here. You are at the Great Bath, the greatest stage upon the entire gardens.
We're in a garden?
this is a stage.
You can kind of look around, and at this height, you can see fairly into the gardens. The wall you saw earlier that you on the past league to, actually looks like it forms a square that's been broken up into bits and wooden floorboards, and looks like some sort of construction that's beyond the scale of anything you've ever seen. You see pumpkin patches. You see a pond on the other side of the. There's overgrown bushes everywhere, and you can't see too much further beyond those, and trees and all these great but everything looks contained into their own little sections by fencing and other great constructions.
Tulip? Late?
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be home for dinner.
This is amazing.
What's your name, Mr. and Mrs. Bird?
Ah, of course. I am Monte Delacroix.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry I had to cancel the show.
and this is my wife, Victoria. She gives a bow.
It's a pleasure to meet you both. We're dreadfully sorry for just barging in. We're a bit lost.
I've not seen you before. I'm a new resident then.
We got lost.
Mm,
Well,
sounds
sort of.
familiar.
There was a wolf.
Yes, the great shadow beast.
The great
Mhm.
what now?
It's black like shadow.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
Right.
It lives upon the grounds outside the fence. One could say it is our keeper, but it is also our protector.
Yeah, but it
Hmm.
was trying to hurt us.
Unusual.
Is it? Is that?
It's a wolf, though.
Yeah.
It has sharp teeth.
Very.
We have sharp beaks, do we not? Do you have sharp teeth?
Well,
You appear to be some sort of rodents.
We're mice.
Yeah,
mice.
mice. Mice can't.
What kind of birds are these?
They're kind of think of fluffier robins.
Okay.
So they have hairdos and bright colors and
So not like a hawk.
yeah. No, they look like their beaks look like they're made to eat seeds.
mhm.
Okay. I was concerned for a moment. I was like, we didn't ask that earlier.
I figured if they were singing and dancing for each other, they're probably like little
Yeah.
songbirdies.
Well, it's really wonderful to meet you and to get to hear your song. But we're trying to get home. Do you know how we could get out?
Not without dealing with the beast.
Wait, it won't let us leave?
Of course not. Brought you here for a reason.
It
Hmm.
brought us here.
It's just a wolf, though.
Clara's just gonna sit down in the water, and there's like a sploosh.
It's up to your neck at this point.
Yeah.
It's very cool. This is you from all your exertion and the sort of muggy weather. You don't look much like you're enjoying your stay.
Well,
I mean, this is
got here.
Mom and Dad are going to be very angry with me.
yeah, and it's not really our home. We have parents and families and people we work with and things that we're learning, and this is pretty far from all that.
If you're looking for for applying to raft of the handy variety. He says that with like a bit of like disgust.
How dare you do anything other than art?
Yeah. You might seek out the hamsters at the pumpkin patch.
Hamsters. Looks
You've
out
never
at-
heard of
to,
a
like,
hamster.
To is that like a small pig?
You've never heard of a pig.
Never even heard of a pig? Okay.
No,
still-
pigs are so big.
And so are
They're not-
wolves.
They're not natural to the region.
Okay. What's a hamster?
Sort of like your kind. They're a little. More like that one.
Like okay.
Points to late.
My name is Late. It's not hamster, and I'm a mouse.
You did not introduce yourself. Oh, we were
Yeah.
waiting for an introduction.
Oh, so sorry. This is all just a lot.
Worry
I'm
not.
Clara.
Worry not. You are overwhelmed. I understand. Isn't that right, Victoria? And she's like,
I'm Clara.
nice to meet you, Clara. And Miss Late.
I'm Tulip, and this is Starla and Peter.
Ah, you found some of the fireflies. They're very tasty.
No!
At that point, the bugs kind of like duck back into the jar.
Don't you eat my friends!
Your friends are interesting. Yes.
Don't eat them.
Ah, so you are not a follower of the toad then?
The toad?
Follower of the what now?
Is the toad gonna eat my friends? Because I don't want that.
I would stay away from the pond then.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Great. And I think Clara will move to the edge of the bird bath and pull out her map and start like scrawling new locations
mhm.
on it.
I will give that to you at the beginning of next session,
Heck yeah.
or in between sessions.
Heck yeah.
What you know. Yeah. Are you guys out of checks?
We are. There are no
Yeah.
more checks here.
No more check.
The tank is empty. This
Yep.
car is not going anywhere.
We are dry checking it.
I have
Checking
one
the dry.
question. Have we ever met a talking bird before?
Oh gosh, no! This is the first time you've ever heard talking.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm gonna
Wonderful.
let you know right now. In the world of Mouse Guard, mice are the most sentient thing.
Right.
Then you have weasels, who are a close second, but they're a lot more brutish and full of villainy. Well, they eat mice.
Right. No, they're
Yeah.
they're
They're bad. Weasels are bad.
You know
Straw
that
men.
some of the other mammals, like the other rodents, specifically, like squirrels and rabbits, have some sentience, but they don't have culture. If that makes sense. Like they can't learn skills.
right.
Sometimes squirrels will steal from the mice, and sometimes mice teach rabbits how to be mounts.
But
That
they
is
don't like
adorable.
go to the theater, for example.
Right? they don't build structures. They still burrow and that sort of thing.
Great.
Although
Talking
minks are
birds.
very good at embroidery, as I learned from
Oh, really?
the comic book the other day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the more the rodents and your mammals are usually a little more intelligent.
Okay.
Birds. Birds, you've never seen that from. The talking
Okay.
thing.
I have a question. Is that supernatural?
No.
Damn it, Ethan. You monster.
Magic.
Just to give you a little string of that, they're like, ah, yes, Walton the Toad seeks enlightenment. Thinks that the glowy bugs will give that to him.
Right. Chloe Bucks, enlightenment.
I'm gonna turn to like Peter and Starla and be like, "You don't give enlightenment, do you? I mean,
They twinkle.
you give light."
Twinkie Twinkly sounds pretty coy to me. That's not a no.
But we're not gonna eat Peter and Starla, or any of Peter and Starla's friends.
So how many of these bugs have you guys eaten?
I've eaten a couple myself. I've given a fair share to my wife, who has quite the taste for them.
No, I
She
didn't.
gives a curt nod.
Box.
How long have you guys been here?
What is time when one is enjoying the arts?
How many seasons have you been here?
How many winters have we seen? None! There are no winters here!
I just look at Tulip and Clara like, what the fuck?
In one ear and out the other for Clara. She is full up on belief and disbelief. All new information is just not there.
I think Tulip is like holding gently Peter and Starla like to her chest.
They're
From
not
these,
super
like,
happy about that.
birds. She's being gentle, but she's just like, go hide in the jar.
Go into the jar. I assume it has holes cut into it at this
Yeah.
point.
So now there's bugs and raspberries in the jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the bugs aren't gonna eat the raspberries.
They're not a fan.
They're good bugs.
The raspberry
They're
pillow for the bugs.
They're good
eating
bugs,
the leaves
Brent.
on. They're eating the leaves off of the raspberries.
Nice.
Um.
How
That-
many?
Go ahead.
How many? Who else lives here?
There are great many folk here. We have, like I said, the hamster village and the toad.
What
Yeah,
was his
and
name?
Walton.
Walton.
Walton. He like tries to imitate the actual like pronunciation. Walton. You have, thinking about it, there is another of your kind named Esther. You might see her along the grounds. Her house moves along, though. You might not catch her in the same place twice. I would stay away from the home, though. The actual grounds. Lots of shady creatures within.
What do
within
you
the
mean?
cupboards.
What do you mean the home?
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at Dylan.
Like isn't what home? Everybody has a home. I'm confused.
You can see the grounds, and then at that point you hear the Spee! And immediately the two birds look at each other and flock off.
Is there anything to hide under here?
Nope. Moonbeak break off from one of the trees. Swoop through the air
Alright.
right over you guys.
Tulip is gonna like take a deep breath and like go under the water.
Under the water. Yeah, I think maybe since we're out
Keeping
of
her
checks,
job.
so we can't really deal with an owl right now. We see like the
You-
three of us.
You have entered the GM phase.
What? Yeah, so I think this is a good point for us to like scatter in our narrative directions and then handle end of session stuff. Does that sound about right?
I'm
Or
gonna
is there
do
a-
one last thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to
Great.
end on a cliffhanger here, sir.
Great. That's not cliffhanging enough? What are you gonna do to us, you
Nope.
monster?
The great horned owl that is pitch white doesn't have a single spot on it, with one eye, swoops and snatches late right out of the water.
You monster.
I knew it.
That
I
is
was
where we
waiting
end
for
the
it.
session.
No!
Fuck.
Knocks.
I knew it was gonna happen.
All right. So I'm gonna be looking for a third player for episode 2.
I don't know if we mentioned this. Should I mention it?
Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
No,
you can leave them.
Okay.
The
Never mind.
what kind of mouse card we're playing?
Yeah.
You can leave the viewers in suspense. They can deal with it.
Okay, cool.
No,
do we
I'm
wanna
confused.
do we wanna do bigs? We'll talk about it off screen.
Let's talk about bigs. So, let's go over everyone's beliefs. Go ahead and go through. Let's have everyone go through their beliefs again, real quick.
As the eldest, I need to put on an air of responsibility. I think I did that.
Yeah. You tried to like get me to go to bed and stuff.
There's a lot of bossing the younger kids around, being like, "Don't do that, you'll hurt yourself."
This is a little bit sprinkled across the entire site, I would say.
Yeah.
So, I'll give that to you. So that gives you a fate.
Yes.
Fate
That's
point,
what the
yeah.
character sheet says.
Belief is fate. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lauren?
The best way to learn is by doing.
Did you do something to learn?
Yeah, I wanted to. So when I realized the fireflies might be sentient, I just let them out and went to talk to them.
So your trial and error, sort of.
Yeah.
I think this. I'm going to put it immediately into practice.
Yeah, because if I fail, then I lose the fireflies. So
Right.
it was
I'll give that to you.
I guess I go on that. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet you, Nox. And the
My-
late bloom.
My goal is I will support my friends
Sorry.
in following their joys.
You definitely
sure
did
did.
that.
You sure did follow your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I also told the birds they couldn't have the bugs.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Then we're gonna snake back. So Nox, how about your goal?
That was my goal.
That was your goal. What was your belief?
Oh, sorry. Knowledge is power and bugs are dumb.
Did you learn anything?
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, we learned a shit ton about the garden. Does that count?
Did you provoke that though?
I feel like the whole knowledge is power, bugs are dumb thing came in to play both times when she tried to help us find food. When she was like, I know about the mouse guard, so I know where to find the food. Don't listen to the weird bugs that are pointing you places. Listen to me and all of my knowledge.
Okay, and I'll accept that. Yeah. So you go ahead and get a persona point.
Okay.
Cool. And then your goal was the follow your friends.
Yeah. And yeah.
So you would actually get a persona point.
Yeah. So you get
So you-
one fate and one persona.
Okay.
Lauren, let's talk about
study-
goals.
Study the fireflies.
Yup.
You are studying the fireflies.
I learned so much about those fireflies.
Like if you eat them, you can
oh,
become.
So do you think I accomplished it, or have I worked towards it?
I think you're working towards it.
Okay.
'Cause
So
you still don't understand the purpose of you don't know why these fireflies exist.
yeah,
right.
that's fair.
Like
Alright.
you're studying them.
Yeah. All right. So I'll take a fate point for that,
Yes.
because
Dylan.
if you don't accomplish your goal, you still get fate.
Yeah, if you work towards it.
My goal was to keep my friends safe. I think I did that at a couple points with the let's run, let's get into the watering can. There was lots
I
of
agree.
point my friends to safety.
I
So
am
that's a
charged.
persona.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then
Uh,
instinct.
Yes, and then instincts. I was trying to, because I know there's a couple other things, and I'm just seeing if I couldn't find it.
Oh yeah,
can't.
I'll find
Over
it.
person on that. Yeah. Instinct.
My instinct is I always explore new places. Yes.
You explored a new place.
I led the charge to go into the new place. There was
Mhm.
lots of let's go over here now.
Yep.
So that's a second fate point. Stellar.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank
Lauren?
Uh,
Or-
yeah. Never leave a friend behind. In parentheses, bugs are also friends. I was always checking to make sure if the bugs were still with me.
Mhm.
And you make sure the birds didn't eat them.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and take that fate point.
That was also part of the reason why I was like, you go in the water can pipe first,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to leave her out. So
All right. Late.
Instinct
Yes.
is I always seek out the mysterious. I don't know if there's any like deliberate moments necessarily where I was like, "Ooh, mysterious thing." Let's. Because right now everything just feels kind of mysterious.
At the end, when you asked about who else was around,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was asking for like new things, new mysteries
Like-
to pick up on.
You heard like the birds talking about some things, and you're like, "Can you go back and elaborate?"
Mhm.
Right?
I'll allow it.
So take a fate point because
Okay.
I'm all about
Everyone,
that.
check under your chairs. There's a fate point.
Now we need to award the. You said it was page 51. I
Yeah.
believe it's like the workhorse.
MVP, workhorse, and embodiment.
Yes. So since there's three of you and you can only eat one once, and we can kind of get chat involvement in if they wanna give their input in on this.
Can you recap what each of them means?
I was just going to do that.
Awesome.
MVP stands for Most Valuable Player. This award goes to the player who made the crucial contribution so that the patrol could complete its mission. I don't know who you're pointing at.
Lauren.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was a toss up between Dylan and Lauren.
I think it was
Okay.
Lauren for that roll at the end.
I
That
did.
last check.
Mm,
That
I
was super
did.
clutch.
Crucially, get us to not die.
That was
Mhm.
incredibly
That's
clutch.
pretty important.
Die! All your bones are broken.
With an owl flying around, virtually the same thing.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Workhorse. Workhorse is the one player who carries the group through all the tough stuff. They basically do work the entire session.
Yeah, like the right skills, has all the roles to keep things moving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this one out for Dylan, I think, just because it seemed. I don't know if this is quite true to the spirit of the title, but it felt like. Well, I mean, shit, between Dylan and Lauren, it feels like both you guys were trying to really drive the game forward, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. I actually think that that Nox has the workhorse because Nox kept doing kept trying to find us food. That was like
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah.
crucial.
That's a good point.
And because like part of it is like right skill, like have the
Mhm.
right skills to,
That's
to
true.
accomplish the stuff. And
You're
like
the only
I mean,
harvester.
harvester is not like a sexy
None of my skills are
skill,
sexy.
but it's like it's a very important skill.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Cool.
So you gained a persona point.
Sweet.
And embodiment would be Dylan.
Hi, I'm
Let's talk about a moment that you embodied your character.
I
Oh,
mean,
Jesus.
he did an accent the whole time.
Yeah.
That's true.
It specifically talks about embodied his or her character's conditions during the game. but also includes like, did you play to your traits? Which you did. You were
Mhm.
trying to be compassionate the entire time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was trying to be team mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think being team mom and like not as a player playing this character I played Clara very differently from how I normally play any RPG character. Regan, which was my Unsolved Masteries character, was much more, this is Dylan playing character in a role-playing game. But being like scared of things and not saying, let's head toward the danger is not
Right.
usual for me, but is correct for Clara.
Okay.
It also says in the rules that more than one person can be awarded embodiment, but not everybody can be awarded embodiment. Now, I would also like to give embodiment to Nox, because I think
Absolutely.
she did a really, really good job of portraying Late. Like, I really got a sense of who she was right away.
Hard agree.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So is that
I
a
agree
fate point or a
too.
persona point?
Persona.
Awesome.
What do we do with these persona points?
Persona points can be spent to tax your nature or to give yourself a bonus die.
Or to use a wise to re-roll all of your dice.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Or
Yeah.
not reroll all the dice you want to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
essentially all your
Interesting.
failures.
Yeah.
Interesting. Awesome.
That's
Very
instead of
cool.
saying aha, you say something else.
You say persona.
Say
Yeah.
no.
Izanagi.
Where is
Gotta
it?
get that weed
That is-
reference in there.
Yeah.
All right. So is that all of our end of session stuff?
It is.
Okay, then let's pull back. Let's let our end credits for our show roll, and let's do some shout outs. So I'm gonna go around, and you're gonna say who you are, where people can find you on the internet, what sort of stuff you have coming up, all that stuff. So we're gonna start with you, Lauren.
Oh God! It's of course is the next thing that is you say when you're re-rolling. You go of course.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it says
Of course,
in
I
the
did this
rules-
wrong.
Yeah, it says in the rules, by the way, for aha, and of course you also have to make a gesture. So remember that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I love this game with my whole entire heart, and was looking forward to this for like ever. So I'm really, really happy, and it is everything I ever wanted always. So did not disappoint. I really love this whole like magical world where toads and hamsters and birds talk, and fireflies are my friends. Thank you for giving me pets immediately.
Mhm.
You can find me lots of places on the internet. Mostly on you should check out my Twitter, because that's where I talk about all of that. This week, the only other place you can see me is on twitch.tv/off_the-table for our final episode of our Sagas of the Icelanders campaign. My character is finally going to get married. So maybe, hopefully. It's taken 3 sessions, but I think there might actually be a wedding.
Happened the first one.
Yeah. And then on Tuesday, episode 6 of Too Many RPGs comes out. Is the podcast that Ethan and I run, where we talk to people about their favorite podcasts. And this week we're talking about my favorite podcast.
Awesome.
It's a bit of a weird episode.
It's the weirdest episode we've ever done. But I love it.
Yay.
Fantastic. All right. And Nox.
Hi, I'm Nox. I play in games here and there, so obviously I'm in this one for the next however many sessions. I don't really keep track in my head anymore. and I run a game of Dungeon World on my channel, Fable Tales, which is this Monday, and that happens every other Monday. And then in a couple Saturdays, I believe it's the 21st, and then every other Saturday thereafter, I'll be playing with running a game of Blue Rose, which is a romantic fantasy setting that uses the Fantasy Age system, and I playing that with some folks I actually know from the real world. And we've had 2 sessions so far, and that's actually been a lot of fun. And yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. I'm super stoked to look at that because I know nothing about that system. And last but certainly not least, our game master, Ethan.
Hello! I write RPG things sometimes. You can check out my D&D 5th edition module called The North Seat that involves Vikings and dream monsters and trying to make as many friends as possible.
Awesome.
And I do too many RPGs. Not this Friday, but next Friday, I will be appearing on the Age Unheard Of, where I'm playing a spellcaster in the world of Conan, which is a bad idea.
Ooh, good times.
And that's mostly me at this point. So you found me here. I'm mouse guarding right now, which is the most important.
Yay.
Yes. And yeah, that's our show. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a ton of fun. I'm so glad we got to finally do this. I'm super looking forward to it. Our next episode will be in a week from today, so next Tuesday, also at 5 p.m. Pacific. But before that, this Saturday, there will be another show happening on this channel, also at 5 Pacific, which is From Dust, which is my next long-term campaign, which is a Dungeon World game I'm running with a bunch of awesome folks. And yeah, so the premiere for that is happening this Saturday. We're all going to be on Twitter. Feel free to tweet at us about mouse stuff, and let me throw it in the chat. There's a Discord server that you can check out. If you catch us live, you can go hop on that Discord server and then come nerd at us about role-playing games, this one or others, doesn't matter. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So thank you again so much, but most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.